我 Anthony, it's me. We're back again to this shit. Hello. It's me. How am I? Okay, you remember yesterday on the Twitch stream when I said I only got like 5 hours of sleep? Okay, so then I stayed up all goddamn night again, right? And then I didn't end up going to sleep until like 4 in the morning or something. And then I woke up at like 2:30 in the afternoon. So, you know, there's that. Did you hear about what happened to Jack Joffrey? Isn't that just one of those shitty prank YouTubers? Yeah, I saw he got arrested. You remember like 2 years ago when one of those prank YouTubers was fucking with a guy in like a mall food court and the guy just shot him? I think that is the solution to all of these problems, to be honest. Iconic video. Thank God the slop one. You guys all like the slop. You crave the slop like the good little piggies you are. Modified donor rewards so that people buying merch are paying for art bits. The Snack has sent me a thing. You know what I like most about this image? The hands are the correct color. Snack, I want you to be aware of it. The best thing about it. Ari is filing out job applications. I hope she gets something better off, because those 3 a.m. shifts are killing her. Just a little bit at a time. Anything else happened today, Chathany? Has anything occurred? What did you have for dinner, Chad? I had beans. I had pinto beans. I had refried beans, which I fried on a skillet. Pot of Spanish rice. Played at taquitos. It was wonderful. Rejected by Walmart for a job application? Walmart seems awful. Who would be more offensive, you or your AI-based clone? I don't think the AI would be able to restrain itself from saying gamer words on stream. I don't think it has it in it, to be honest. Speaking of AIs, Chathany, I saw Neuro has a 3D model now? How does that work? Exactly. Because I always just assumed Beetle was doing the face tracking for the live 2D model while she talked through it. I think she's piloting a character model in a 3D space. Is she seeing the 3D space through the model? Program the face tracking himself. She's moving the 3D model completely, all of its limbs and everything at all times, and the expressions and all that completely on her own. In this 3-dimensional space that was constructed, specifically for her. And she's walking around in it, and she's seeing things through the eyes. To be able to play Minecraft on her own. That part weirds me out. That weirds me out more than anything. Invisible camera in her head. And how it took me over 7 hours to get into it. Would Ultron have turned evil if he was programmed as an anime girl? I doubt it. I very much doubt it. If Hank Pym had designed Ultron to be like a little waifu that says slurs on stream, I think Ultron would have been fine, mentally. When are we getting Brainiac versus Ultron as an episode, goddammit? That should have happened like 5 years ago. Chat, am I alone in really disliking Alien Brainiac as a concept? I have never liked Alien Brainiac. Not once. Everything about Brainiac works better as an all-consuming AI. Hooked up with Ultron's daughter? Oh yeah, it did happen. Wait a minute, isn't that incest? Based. Ugh. Consume the slop, get excited for more slop. I think we should consume the slop and get excited for more slop. Are we already into the slop? Is that what we're doing? I haven't even gone on an extended tirade about nothing anyone cares about yet. Okay, so, like, if you build a regular robot body, can you feasibly just put Neuro in the regular AI body and let her walk around, do whatever she wants? I know they put her in, like, a little dog body once. Skynet Neuro. The important thing is that you make the robot body you're gonna give the AI physically inferior to a human being. That's the secret. You make sure it is not as strong or as fast as a human being in any context. Put her into a car. Drive a little kid car. Is this like that GIF with the pug driving the little ATV, and then the other pug pushes it over? Kinda? I love that GIF. I love it. I love that GIF so much. It's everything to me. It's very important. I don't think I can find it on the Google. Give me a second. I need to find it on the Google. I can't find the whole thing on the Google, kids. There it is. There it is in all its beauty. This is everything I need, quite frankly. Kids. I want you to be aware of exactly how beautiful it is, so that you know. So that you know with all your heart and your soul what it is. Okay, hang on. Oh yeah. I love this GIF so much. Look at him. Look at the little creature. Look at him go. Violence! Ah! Ah! A delightful, rambunctious animal. Skull-fixed pugs and chihuahuas. True. The gif of the monkey paramedics is a personal favorite. It keeps getting better. In the world of Kamen Rider, do you think Shocker has good benefits? I was made aware a few years ago Shocker was given, like, a big hero moment where he faced down, like, the darkness or some shit. Like, not Jeki Estacado, I mean, like, primordial evil. And he was, like, a big hero. Like, yeah, he probably earned that by now. Speaking of, I think they put Shocker in that Marvel vs. Capcom mod. Like, yeah, he should probably be there. Shocker just wants money. Shocker is a good man. Shocker as a character is weird because every writer gives him, like, varying degrees of being a scumbag. Like, some people just make him like, yeah, I'll kill it, baby, sure, just pay me. And other people will just write him basically like Captain Cold and Flash's rogues, where it's like, he's just gonna rob a bank, he's not gonna kill anyone. He just wants the money. He doesn't want blood on his hands. Huh. The Shocker Association, not the Spider-Man villain. Is that how that works? I may, in fact, be dying. None of you will ever know the truth. All right. Let's get into the thick of it as best as we can. The time for the slop has come, Chathany. It is upon us now. Let the sloppening begin again. First, from Wang, creepy, insane, ridiculous endings of WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. This is one of the very oldest episodes of this show, by the way.
Shawn Michaels gets gang raped in the middle of the ring in front of the entire crowd. Women, families, children. This isn't a discarded Attitude Era story.
It's jacked up, right?
Your fucking reward for beating WWF WrestleMania, the arcade game. So I'm sure a lot of you have actually played WrestleMania, the arcade game. Me personally, I only played it like once or twice.
Kevin Nash moment, a little bit.
But I'm not so sure that a lot of you have actually beaten the game.
Was Diesel in this one? I don't remember.
Something about the batshit insanity that is all the fucking endings for this crazy ass fucking WWE game. WWF game, rather. It was done in the 90s. It was done in the pre-Attitude Era PG 90s. And
like right beforehand, yeah.
Where the fuck did they get these endings from? Let's start with the endings that are kind of...
I assume from Vince's diary pages. In hindsight.
He was basically the guy they were trying to make the new Hulk Hogan at the time. Didn't work so well, but they tried it.
Now he's basically paralyzed. DDP is trying to save him.
Lex Luger is, he'll travel the U.S. in the Lex Express, and he brings a part of every American along with him, which is consistent with his character from the TV show. You know, no surprises there. The Undertaker, he fights another version of himself as Shadow, and after defeating his alter ego, he walks off into the shadows and disappears. And
did they ever explain what was up with the second Undertaker?
The Undertaker is as a character.
They never explained what was up with the second Kane.
Gets a little bit fucking wonky. It's nothing too outlandish compared to some of these other endings we're about to talk about, but he just kind of becomes a movie star, and that's the end of the story for Bret Hart.
He becomes Johnny Cage.
Now for the real crazy shit. Let's take a look at Yokozuna's ending. With conquest comes honor for Yoko.
Low audio?
He's accomplished his mission to defeat
it is at max on the video.
And to prove that
I can bump the regular.
Superior to all the others. By stripping the United States of its championship belt and its dignity, Yokozuna will be
this is back before Wang had a big setup.
Champions. The consequences of this victory will no doubt be the undoing of American culture as we know it.
How many exploding limousines? Never enough.
American productivity will disintegrate. Industries will collapse. The people will wallow in mindless depravity, mere shadows of their former selves. Oh well, it was bound to happen eventually anyway. Yo, fucking WWF predicted it. I guess Yokozuna's ending is the true ending to
the fake Undertaker was the evil half Undertaker. Wasn't Undertaker a heel for the entire original Deadman run?
Shawn Michaels. Shawn strutted along the ring, arrogantly for several minutes.
This is why Hogan showed up? Yes.
Flexing and chewing his gum with an obnoxious smirk on his face. He'd always brag that he was the greatest thing to grace the World Wrestling Federation, and now he has finally proven it. The ladies in the audience reached out their arms to him and screamed his name. With that, Shawn thought he'd be cute by teasing them with a little hip action. The ladies, in an uncontrollable lust-crazed frenzy, stampeded the ring like cattle, trying to get a hold of him. Sean scrambled to escape the clutches of
This
the
is an
Horde,
Austin
but
Powers
to no
bit, by the
avail.
way.
They quickly cornered him and proceeded to ravage him mercilessly. Mind you, this is all in the middle of the fucking ring.
Yeah.
When they were through, Sean was left lying motionless, sans his clothing and some hair, yet with a big ol' grin stamped on his face. He loved the attention, and more so, he loved the women. His craving for attention and multiple women led him to leave wrestling and become a politician where he
Yeah, that's
gets
about right.
both, you know, fucking pussy slang Obama.
You think Vince
Or I
wrote
guess,
that
you know what,
himself?
I think
Probably.
Flynn was the president at the time, so it makes a little bit of sense. Slick Willie, Slick Shawn Michaels. So yeah, that we have the story of.
They wanted
how
a piece of
Shawn
the
Michaels
heartbreak,
was
Dick.
raped in front of families, in front of thousands.
How many kids
of
does
people
Shawn
on
have,
TV
anyway?
In the middle of the ring, and he.
How old are Hunter's
second of
kids
it.
now?
Doink the Clown. The crowd went wild in
The first
celebration of
one?
Doink's victory. For an encore, Doink dished out a few final blows with his hammer to each of his unconscious opponents. While the circus music blared, Dink and
One
some
has
clown
started
friends
college.
bumbled into the arena on elephants and drew laughter from the audience. Everyone was dancing and having a great time as the fireworks went off all around them until one of the skyrockets exploded too close to the elephants and caused them to panic. They trampled down the entire ring and a sizable percentage of the audience as well. It took a few hours, several hundred tranquilizer darts to get the situation under control, but the survivors of the audience claimed to have had the time of their lives that night. That was Doink's ultimate rewards. You see that?
A lawsuit?
Devil grinned because
Babyface
thousands of people
Doink
are now
never made
fucking
sense.
Dead because they had elephants at a WWE event, and this is.
You know, I feel
of
like we
all
were a
the
hair's length
death
away from getting a
related
rebooted
endings to this
Doink
game,
in the
this
last
is
15 years or so.
PG
You know, with the
era,
whole
ladies and gentlemen.
popularity of
Bam
it
Bam
nowadays.
Bigelow, R.I.P. The remains of his final opponents cooled down to smoldering ashes. However, Bam Bam did not. Still fired up from the heat of battle with eyes glaring, chest heaving, and licks of flame dancing up from his hands, Bam Bam turned to the audience and delivered a vigilant stare. His eyes scanned back and forth and a sinister smile crept across his face. He raised his hands and without warning came a blast of flames which engulfed the entire stadium. The audience was charred to flakes.
Oh no, it's
The
murder.
stadium was reduced to pebbles and the WWF title belonged to Bam Bam Bigelow. The undisputed champion stood among the silent ruins of the now shattered amphitheater, master of all he surveyed. So that's what happens. You beat the game with
Majin Bam Bam Bigelow.
Every single man, woman, and child in the arena the WWE event was being held at. That WrestleMania.
Bam Bam's
was being held at.
retired
The
now,
entire
isn't he?
WrestleMania
Bam Bam
audience
Bigelow's fucking dead.
burned to fucking ashes. They're all dead. PG era, guys. Finally, probably what is the darkest ending to this fucking game. This child's game.
Why doesn't Bam
There's
Bam
saying
do
because
that
there's
against his
Mortal
opponents?
Kombat,
Is he
so I guess
stupid?
that's why, yeah, wrestlers make people die too.
We needed more
Razor
theatrics in
took
wrestling.
The World Wrestling Federation gold back to Cuba with him. He showed the good people there what America has to offer to anyone who is willing to work hard to make their American dream come true. Razor became an inspiration to all as he toured the world as a motivational speaker.
Where did
talking
they
about his
bill
American dream come true and
Razor
showing
Ramon as
them
being
the
from?
gold.
Was he Cuban?
One
Was he
night
supposed to
after
be
a
Cuban?
seminar, while walking back to his car, Razor
What were their
got jumped
billing
by
Scott
four
Hall
thugs
as being
who
from?
beat him to an inch
It was
of
Cuba,
floor
thank you.
And ran off with the gold. All of it, including the stuff around his neck. If you remember, he used to always hand it off to the referee and say, something happens to this gold, something happens to you. Well, I guess nothing happens. They took all of his gold, all of it, including the stuff around his neck and his now broken fingers. After that incident, Razor's spirit was shattered and he fell into a state of deep depression.
This is getting
He
a little
wallowed
too
in
real.
musty seaside taverns and slept on benches and train stations until one day he just disappeared. He wasn't seen for 3 years. Recent reports indicate that the bad guy is alive and well and running a small pawn shop in Chile. So that's what happens. Razor Ramon gets mugged.
What did Scott Hall do to
clinically
piss them
fucking
off?
depressed to the point that,
Exists.
like, maybe he killed himself.
Be
or
Cuban, I
something,
guess.
We don't know. But he's like, oh, we hear he's alive, selling used shit. Probably one of the darkest fucking endings I've ever seen to a fucking video game. And it's a PG era WWF video game. Like, what the fuck? I think when they made this game, they only expected people to ever play as Lex Luger, Bret Hart, or The Undertaker. Holy shit. Can you imagine what the fuck would happen if WWE put a game out like this now and...
Just have arcade endings where CM Punk starts turning to the drink?
People getting molested in the fucking ring, going through deep clinical depression. I really don't know what else to say about this fucking game. Everybody get fucked.
Put in an arcade ladder in the next WWE game. Have Punk's ending be he becomes an alcoholic and Larry drives him into a river. I think that'd go pretty hard myself. Benoit Cannon ending. We're going to hell for those jokes one day. When the H, How to Basics narrator crashing out for 177 seconds.
For 30 minutes.
Now it's too loud.
It's burnt! Oh, for fuck's sake! Carefully crack an egg and carefully crack.
I only learned how to properly crack an egg recently. I just do it on the counter.
Carefully crack the egg. Continue carefully spinning the water. Slow down. I said carefully spin the water. Just stop spinning. Stop. Just stop. You've ruined it again. Carefully crack the egg. Carefully spin the water.
Arcade ladder in the newer games, you can unlock a new piece of clothing for creator wrestling. Huh.
Carefully spin the water. Slow the down. For sake, carefully crack the egg. You forgot to crack it. Not like that. Let's start again. You forgot the water. Fine. This. Step 7. Don't egg the fish. Step 7. Don't egg. Step 7. Don't egg the fish. Stop egging the fish. Please. Stop. Stop egging the fish. Stop it right now or I quit. Step 7. Don't egg the fish.
Step 7. Egg the fish.
Dunk the bread. Carefully. Don't do that. Dunk the bread. Carefully. Stop. Dunk the bread. Carefully. Stop
When this was enough to make a
Dunk the
full-time
bread.
career.
Carefully.
I remember.
Stop it. Dunk the bread. Carefully.
That was back before YouTube was
Dunk the
ruined.
bread. Carefully place it. Please. Dunk the bread. I'm so sick of this. Dunk the bread. Dunk the bread. Dunk. If you do it again, I quit.
Remember back when Ray William Johnson became a millionaire by just making a song about banging your mom with his friends?
Place it onto the hot skillet. Go f yourself.
Like $5,000 worth of eggs these days. It's going down slowly, but it's going to be a while.
Take a slice of bread and dunk it into the mixture.
It wouldn't be so bad if the previous administration didn't specifically go out of their way to kill a bunch of chickens across the country before he left office. As a means of protecting disease, I'm sure.
This tastes like sh**. There's no way you're gonna tell me this is a f***ing chicken. People eat this crap? Do not make this fried dog. More eggs. Add more eggs. I said more eggs! Hurry up! Come on.
You hear about the ostrich farm? In Postal? Huh.
Add the egg, come on! Thank you.
Humorous. Next! Based no bark. Interesting mouse-type character, screams. Zach Hadel. This is only half a minute.
Hi everybody, this is the interesting mouse type creature thing from yesterday, and I just wanted to say, yesterday I had a moment of weakness, and I said and I did some things that were not me. I reacted in a way that was not cool. That was not fucking cool what I said. And I want to apologize to all the people that are disappointed in me, and you're right to be.
I love that, man. Next. This is one of the ones I added I've only added a couple for this one. This is one of them. Hyun's Dojo, 1 Minute Melee, Season 4, Episode 6, Batman vs. Iron Man. I missed this show. It's a shame they all died.
Sir, there's been a local power outage. Shall I run a scan of the building for intruders?
Don't bother. Hey, Bets. I see you are still oblivious to doors.
You know why I'm here.
You know, I'm a genius, but I'm not a psychic. Someone had better be dying.
Someone is always dying. Someone is always committing atrocities. Someone is always calling for help. And someone is supposed to be helping.
The police?
You've been slacking, Tony Stark.
This was during the alcoholic
If you don't
era.
uphold your obligation to help the general public, you'll become their enemy. You'll become my enemy.
When they had Tony beat
Now, that's
Hellbat.
being
I remember that
no,
being
it's about
stupid,
it,
yeah.
don't you think? Look, I'm going to count to 5, and if you're still here by the end of that, you're going to go from a guest to an intruder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I'm going to have to discipline you.
Not before you tell me where to send an invoice for damages.
This ought to be a match to remember.
Engage!
This was back when they were hitting on, like, all fronts. I think it's the highlight of sprite animation on the whole thing.
Enough power for the proton cannon finish.
Certainly.
Alrighty. Here's the big one!
A little miscalculation on how much power we had, Jarvis?
Well, sorry, old chap.
It's supposed to be a supercomputer. How does that even happen?
Sleep tight, Tony.
What?
Fucking based! Huh. I missed the show.
Ugh. Okay, I get it. I'll do my job better. Jesus.
Good. Then my job here is done.
You know, there are better ways of telling a guy to do his job. Asshole.
Huh. Don't do it like they used to. So true.
This melee's winner is Bruce Wayne.
That's my boy!
Hey guys, hope you're enjoying the show. If you have any suggestions,
This really was the best of the entire genre.
Be
Know
sure
that?
to subscribe to Hyun's Dojo.
Then it just
and
kinda
the
stopped.
creators, Hyper.
Yep. Next! Sevron J, the real sumo fighting 1 to 8 high quality. I can't wait to get a claim for this. Yeah! This is all real. This is what sumo does. All sumo wrestlers are capable of this. I don't know if you were aware. Everything about E Honda is canon. It's happening. This right into the crowd. Seeing this one when I was a babu. Goddamn fetus. This is real sumo, but only if you have the eyes to see it.
Little Shield Taikai on the right against Mini Taikai on the left. Both coming in low and hard. Little Shield Taikai.
This is all accurate. Sidestep it!
Arms and dumping.
The calm before the storm. Or these powers of the... What? The recording devices cannot handle it! Lunge downward. This is why sumo is better than UFC. A hand job is better than UFC, even if it's really bad. A lot of things are. I don't know what it is about UFC specifically that, like, gets athletes to have nothing but little dick energy. Every other combat sport, everyone's really, like, calm. Everyone's fine. Going on the sumo diet? God, I don't even want to. I don't want to imagine. When former pro wrestlers dominate your real fights? A little bit. From Batista to Lashley to Lesnar to Hager. Why didn't Hager just go back to UFC? Hip toss it! Hip toss it! Too old? Good God, he's gonna give him the chaos dunk. It's happening! Ah, flying spaghetti monster. It's been so long.
Rear lifting body slam, and boy, was he slammed.
And he
Look, it's Darby Allin.
him as hard as he could, to be honest with you, but wow.
A rare cameo.
Well, exciting sumo.
番組の途中ですが、ここで地震についての情報です。先ほど最大で震度6強を観測する地震がありました。
時間になりました。決戦です。
Test of strength. Plant your feet firmly. Don't let him get a good grip. Lift with all your might! God is watching. don't make things like this anymore. All for the love of the game. Reform! Now that's entertainment. That was fantastic. That was fucking phenomenal. Yeah, sure. 16 years, Jesus. Next! Passion 242, No More Heroes, All Wrestling Moves, Nintendo Switch. This is from the Switch version. I should really stream No More Heroes too. I should really do that.
Dragon suplex.
Make Kenny proud!
Vertical suplex.
More of a brain buster. That's DDT.
Front attack, chancery drop.
Get his ass! 3's on Steam, right? I still haven't played 3.
Reverse arm assault.
I hear you guys tell horror stories about how 3 turned out, and I'm not looking forward to it.
Capture suplex.
I can appreciate that Travis only knows wrestling through, like, local stuff from home, Lucha Libre, and, like, All Japan. The German was always my favorite person.
Belly to belly suplex.
It's technically a belly-to-belly suplex no matter which way you throw them, right? If it's directly overhead, or if you, like, slam them down like this, it's still a belly-to-belly suplex.
Trap suplex.
Basically. I can't believe you guys forgot about Harvey Moisowitz Volodarski when we did the stream.
Double wrist suplex.
I hope Wrestling Empire adds, like, just all of this shit to the thing. Because periodically he'll add just, like, 2 or 3 extra moves to the roster for selection. Please, man.
Tiger suplex.
Break their bones quickly!
Vermicarana. Power bomb.
You can give Empire 25 years to catch up to Fire Pro Workshop, still be ahead of it. Speaking of! Fork! I had another look at the Wrestling Empire Workshop the other day. Your boy, Smogzilla, has been uploading some things, apparently. Are you out of that server now? Do you not have to deal with that shit anymore? Did you save yourself from having to deal with that shit? Huh. I should stream No More Heroes too. Huh. Moloch's meat. Matt Pat being transphobic for 2 minutes. Game theory. This is why he had to retire.
But we're unmasking this masked thing. Oh, and by that same logic, Ash Ketchum, Bart Simpson, Gohan, and Popeye would all be girls. And while I do question Ash's inability to close the deal with Misty and the painstaking hairstyles
Look
of
at
Bart
those
and Gohan,
display.
Popeye? Come on, it's Popeye! The only thing manlier would be a fighter jet made out of biceps. If the Pyro wants to carry around a bedazzled daisy clutch, that's the Pyro's choice. But the second our favorite flame-spewing admits to knowing it's called a clutch, oh, then we can start to draw a conclusion. Wait, let me guess. You just stopped to check your hands, didn't you? Loyal theorists, if you need to check your fingers to tell me what team you're batting for, my friend, you have much bigger issues to grapple with than the Pyro's sex. But if I can help you on your quest for self-discovery, I gladly accept the task. There are some findings that I think that science will be very interested to explore further, like the fact that apparently there are over 600 different genders. You know, I've always taken pride knowing that we have a diverse audience watching, but I never in my wildest dreams imagined it was so diverse to include people who self-identify as everything from a 1960s era Coca-Cola bottle to a weaponized battle toaster. I've heard
Kinda
that
puts the
gender
entire
is a
thing into
spectrum
perspective,
and all
doesn't it?
that, but can someone explain to me whether gay
Playing
jalapeno is to the
M. Dickey's Bully
left
Clone
or
game.
right?
Anytime I think
literal
about playing
piece of
anything
human
else M.
fecal
Dickey
matter.
has put out,
and,
my brain
by the
just
way,
stops.
To the 1,610 of you who responded with Apache attack helicopter, thank you so much for
This is
raising
not
awareness
wresling,
for
it's
the
subhuman crap.
oft-overlooked
You make mods for a
delisexual.
video
And
game so
even
that
if
people
you
can
don't
make
believe
Walter
me,
White
I
fight
think
Goku.
that there's one thing we can
One of the
all
most
agree
insufferable
on,
humans
gay
on
or
Earth.
not, the Pyro is one big
The level of
flavor.
fucking restraint you must have had to be in that
That's
server and
just
not call that guy a
theory of
cunt every
game
single day
theory.
is astonishing.
Clearly,
Saint.
I respect the community so much that I left the field completely open because I wanted everyone to be able to express themselves exactly as they identify. The responses I cited were intended as jokes by the people who entered them. Point your witch hunt somewhere else. April 14th, 2018. March 18th, 2018. If you make a mistake, say, I'm sorry. Lately it seems like people are afraid to apologize. They
The
see
Japanese
it as
guy on Twitter that
admitting
does
weakness.
unhinged modding for Fire Pro,
But
but nothing he
saying,
does is
I'm
incoherent.
sorry, shows you're confident enough to admit you're not perfect.
Every once in a
that you
while, I
care
think I have
about
to learn
others,
another
and
language.
that you're
And my brain always wrestles with whether or not that would be worth it at all. The Japanese fan base really loves their Fire Pro shit. You're telling me Matt Pat is stupid? You're telling that to me for the first time? Ah. Next! Classics of Gaming, 31. By Classics of Gaming. That a fucking lizard? That a lizard fighting a bunny man?
Ring out!
Is that lizard doing forward 3 into victory? Yeah! Chat, are there any lizards you can go out and get from the pet store that you can just feed, like, scraps of meat to get by? Can I just go get, like, some beef and feed that to a pet lizard? Next! Silent Hill Grand Theft Auto 4 Machinima re-uploaded from Random Crits. This was back when anyone actually watched Machinima. They need a lamp? A little bit. It's always a really specific one. Gotta moderate that temperature just right. I remember first getting into, like, machinimas, not the channel or the website or whatever, but just, like, actual machinimas back in, like, 2006. Or so, I believe, from a channel Jack Spicer 2311, I think it was. Because he was doing, like, San Andreas, machinima stuff. And just making all kinds of, like, different shit. Mostly for the sake of being comedic or very loosely horror. Like B-movie level horror. Like, Beavis is a serial killer type of shit. You know what I mean? And then he started making, like, a coherent series. He called it Nintendo World. Basically, it was just, like, the different, like, consoles and their characters were part of different nations, essentially? And they were just in a constant state of open warfare with each other? For, like, pre-2010 YouTube, I liked it a fair bit. And then that guy just kind of stopped. And then he faked his death at one point for some reason. And then he came back, and then he rebooted Nintendo World. Put out a few episodes of that, and then he just fucked off and stopped.
Mom.
Are we doing this bit? I don't want to do this
Hello,
bit.
sick child. Listen to me or die. Look at me. Look at me. You are doomed. You're in hell already, all right? And it only gets worse. It gets much, much worse. Keep taking the medication. You will fall on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
I think in Dante's Inferno, they describe the first layer, Limbo, as, like, just a chorus of sighing. Because no one in Limbo is being tortured, they're all just really bored and nothing ever changes. But then when Dante shows up, everyone kind of perks up, because it's like, oh, someone new, thank God! And talk to someone again.
You are full of evil! Burn in hell!
I like that the heart inside the Statue of Happiness is never explained. In any context at all.
This is nonsense.
You know, GTA 4 looks a lot better in weather like this.
What is this crap?
Anytime I think of GTA 4, I think of the color yellow. Everything's just really yellow. Rate bowling with Pyramid Head for your soul. You think Pyramid Head's into bowling specifically?
Where are you, Roman?
What did Bill and Ted play death at for their souls? Was it Battleship? It was chess? Huh. This is about right.
Not funny.
Pyramid Head would not be into darts. Hmm. Chat, why would someone make their wrestling CAW show and use Grand Theft Auto as the out-of-ring thing that they record with? And then you do a really weird plot point about, like, gashes on your body?
This is crap.
You know, in hindsight, I'm glad I'm treating MCW as, like, more comedic. Even if some serious shit happens sometimes, the baseline is, it's funny. Yeah, I know that chick.
You're in hell already, all right? And it only gets worse. It gets much, much worse.
Yeah, that's New York.
You will fall on your knees and beg for forgiveness.
Oh, good, we're doing this.
This is a nightmare.
When that happens, just minding your own business and you wake up in the sewer. Oh no, it happened again. Go for the exit. The ducks, they found me. I don't know how, but they found me. I like that everyone forgot I was a heel in MCW. Really makes you think. Yo, it's him! I thought that was one of the clam enemies from Dark Souls 1 coming up the stairs for a second. You remember when they put Pyramid Head in Silent Hill Homecoming for no fucking reason? I remember. How can you run with that goddamn thing on your noggin? You can make that jump. That's like nothing. They really did put Pyramid Head in everything back then? Yeah. That is a hell of a lot of upper body strength.
You've been warned. You've all been warned. This city here is hell on earth, okay? You're not going to hell. You're not going to hell. You're living in it. Right now. Right here. Ah, it's happening. The end is here.
Ah, we're going to the downpour approach.
Nobody told you when the fires come in here and start licking at your feet.
This is an alarming amount of, like, effort put into something based on Grand Theft Auto 4 of all things. You woke up in New Jersey.
What is this shit?
Nico Bellic, you're it. The final sign, the last of the 21 sacraments.
Whoa! Fuck you!
You know, a character like Nico Bellic would not do well in Silent Hill, I don't think. That man, like, did actual war crimes. You know, a guy who was, like, actively in military service and saw some shit would make a really good protagonist in a Silent Hill game. You remember when they said that was the case with Homecoming and that's why the combat had, like, Z-targeting, and then the plot twist was that that character was never a soldier, ever?
I am not in the mood for this. Shit! Ah! 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 Ah!
Do not be afraid. My name is Joseph. I'm here to help you. Walter. He's the one who created this nightmare.
The only American Silent Hill game worthwhile was Downpour, but that was poorly optimized.
The pyramid head caught me and chopped off my head.
Okay, so like Murphy, the protagonist of Silent Hill Downpour. His son gets murdered by a guy? And then I think he steals a car to go after the guy, but then gets arrested? And he gets sent to prison for stealing a car? And he cuts a deal with one of the guards?
He learned of the 21 sacraments.
Because he somehow ends up in the same prison as the guy who killed his son?
He then performed the ceremony of the Holy Assumption and created the Silent Hell.
That game's really stupid.
Even though he's already dead, he's still trying to complete the 21 sacraments. The 21 sacraments. Number 21. The receiver of Walter's soul. Nico Bellic. But it's still not too late.
That game made me poor.
Stop him. Hurry. Destroy the heart that gives life to this nightmare. Kill his mother. Destroy
Why was, like,
the heart.
the majority of enemy types in that game just, like,
take that door that
homeless
leads to your
vagrants?
womb. Climb your way up and destroy the heart. Kill her. He is now trying to kill you, Nico Bellic. The 21st sacrament. The receiver of Walter's soul.
No! Shut up!
Was put in prison, but given a light sentence, the MC decides to get him himself put in prison so he can murder the killer of his son, and depending on your choices, he did or not. And then the other cop that's being a bitch to you the entire game is like the daughter of one of the regular prison guards that ended up getting killed by the guy that you cut a deal with. The game's really stupid. Paraphilic from months before dying. He was a vegetable. You remember the final boss of Silent Hill Downpour is just the giant man in the wheelchair, and then you just walk over to some consoles and press some buttons and rip out some tubes, and that's the boss fight? And then, like, a man on a wheel strap flies out of one of the prison cells and, like, vomits on you? The only thing from Downpour I legitimately like is, like, you can add, like, a pursuer type of enemy that is not a pyramid head. That's it. You can have a boogeyman that has nothing to do with Pyramid Head or anything close to Pyramid Head.
Die, you shit!
Fuck you, Walter!
Mom.
Yeah, space monkeys. It was all a dream. Sky was blue, the grass was green.
Well, I guess this is over.
Well done, Nico.
It's just your friend the head.
It's a miracle! I am truly blessed!
No, you're fine.
Holy shit! I gotta get this on my blog!
This is not the weirdest thing you'll see in Liberty City. That was quite nice. That was very well made. That wasn't half bad. Next! The Fat Files. Most gangster burger ever. Five Guys Burgers and Fries. I haven't had a Five Guys burger in so fucking long.
Pretty sure this guy just dethroned Don Voltaggio as my favorite entrepreneur. Today we're talking about Five Guys Burgers and Fries. Okay, here's the deal. I was down in South Carolina. I'd never had Five Guys before. I got hungry. I was going to order some DoorDash. Five Guys was an option. Decided to get Five Guys. Heard it was delicious. I ordered 4 cheeseburgers and 4 servings of fries.
That is an astonishing amount of calories,
fast forward 35 minutes. What gets delivered to this Airbnb I'm staying at is 2 brown paper sacks with no branding on them. And inside of sack number A is 4 delicious cheeseburgers wrapped in aluminum foil
Take out a
no
fourth
branding on
mortgage
that
just
either.
for a
Okay, this
burger.
is kind of
It's a
fucking
lot
weird.
of beef on
Interesting.
it, though,
Big
isn't it?
chain, no branding. All right, whatever. Go to bag number 2. I'm
Head-on
not
collision with the
exaggerating.
obese
This entire bag is full to
electromancer.
the top with French fries. As far as I can tell, they didn't even stick any like holding containers for the French. It's just a bag of fucking French fries. It's like 5
Enormous,
pounds. It's like
isn't
they
it?
made an entire bag of potatoes into French fries and stuck it in a sack. So, like any sane person, I tried the French fries. They're delicious. Now is where I go from not a sane person. I immediately have alarm bells going off. They're up to something. There's no branding. There's way too many French fries for free. They're up to something. I need to figure out what it is. So next day I go to Five Guys for lunch in person. While eating inside the restaurant, I'm both impressed, but also more confused. They're giving out free peanuts. There's bags of potatoes everywhere. The kitchen is open. You can see them making the food unlike any other burger place I've ever been to in my entire life.
Getting
So I go
Cajun
back
fries
home, I
is
start doing
shameful.
some
Little
research,
bit.
and what I find is not only a pretty incredible
You like
business
that Cajun
model, but
shit
probably
too.
the
My
coolest
man.
entrepreneur story that I've ever heard in my entire life. And we're gonna get into it right after a word from our sponsor.
Delete me.
Why do you have John Wick's gun?
The squirrels were messing with Mushu again, so this seemed appropriate.
I mean, that does make sense. All right, fair enough.
Mmm.
Stupid squirrels. Wait, squirrels!
That's only gonna keep him down for a little bit, Morty. You with squirrels, Morty.
All right, here's the deal. Super simple, straightforward business model. You give them money, they turn around and make sure the data brokers on the internet aren't selling your personal information. What does that even mean? Okay, here's the entire internet and every
They're gonna
free service
find
on the
the
planet inside of a
MySpace
nutshell.
post
Okay, there's a saying
from
if you're not paying
2007.
for the product, you are the product. What that means is pretty much anything on the internet
Can we
that you
skip
use, that's
just
a
for
service,
that
whether
bit?
that be Google, Facebook,
Or half
Instagram, Snapchat, all of it. Okay, it's all an app. So one of two things is happening. They're either going to feed you ads, and that's how that company makes money since their service is free, or they're going to collect your personal information, then turn around and sell it to data brokers on the internet, and then they're going to turn around and sell it to whoever buys it. And next thing you know, you're getting
Actually, check me. Let me
17,000
check something real
robocalls
quick
every
while he's doing the
single
ad
day.
read.
And that's where
Hang
Delete
on.
comes in. They
Hang
will
on.
look through all
Let
the
me check
major
something.
data brokers and
Hang on.
find the ones that are selling your personal information and submit opt-out requests on your behalf, and then they are legally obligated to comply. And then they'll continue to monitor these data brokers, and if they get your information again, Delete Me will submit an opt-out request again.
Okay, it's nothing. I must
Basically, you're paying Delete Me to get rid of all the downsides of all of the free
I'm
stuff
hallucinating.
on the
I'm getting
internet,
auditory
which I think is
hallucination.
absolutely worth it. If you want to check them out, I'll have a link
I
in
thought
the
that the
discount
dog
code
was
down below.
whining to
Let's
go
get back
out.
to the video. All right, our story begins with the founder of Five Guys Burgers and Fries, Jerry Morrell, who I can only describe as like the most average dude on the planet. Grew up in Michigan, average life, average parents, average school performance, right down the middle, average.
I graduated high school with a 3.8.
One day he's in class, teacher winds up telling him, you need to pay attention or you're going to wind up flipping
Because I
burgers
knew
for
how
the
to
rest of
use
your life. So he's
Wikipedia.
like, okay, well, I mean, maybe. So then he starts thinking about it. He decides to go to the local burger place called Push 'em Up Tony's, and people are just packing this place all the time. The dude makes good burgers. Push 'em Up Tony is this, dude. He's got his fucking pet cat in the kitchen that he's petting while he's flipping these burgers. Everybody jokingly called them fur burgers, but they kept eating there because the
thought you
burgers
ditched
were
high school.
delicious. So as a kid, he's looking at this and
I
he's
stopped
like,
going to
flipping
public
burgers for a
high
living
school. I
doesn't
was on
sound
a
that bad.
homeschool
Push 'em Up
program,
Tony's always
like,
busy. He drives
the
a nice
second
car, gets
day
to
of
hang out with his
8th grade
pet cat all
onward.
day. Maybe it's not that bad.
It
of
was
a
the
life.
type of
So this is
homeschool
kinda where the
program
seed
where
gets
all you have to
planted.
do is take,
Fast
like,
forward,
2 tests
graduates
a
high
year.
school, goes off to college. While he's in college, he's working in a fraternity house, cooking all the food for everybody. From here, he graduates
Hence,
college,
I
moves
never
back
went to
home
high
his
school.
hometown in Michigan, marries his high school sweetheart, has 3 kids, and starts
Great
selling
Push 'em
life
Up
insurance.
Tony's.
The most average.
I
story
often
on the
wonder
planet.
what, like, the most popular American food would have been amongst, like, Italian immigrants back in the 40s and 50s.
And
Even
then one
earlier
day,
than
him
that.
and his wife decide they're going to get a divorce. Don't know the context, don't know what happened, don't care, doesn't matter, not pertinent to the story. What does happen is his wife takes his 3 sons and she takes them down to Florida where they move. And Jerry, like any good father, is heartbroken. He wants his boys back, and for whatever reason, I have no idea why, he decides that what he needs to do to get his kids back is to make a bunch of more money. Maybe he couldn't afford a good lawyer.
Yeah, that'll do
divorce.
it.
I have no idea, but that's what he decides. He needs to make a ton of money. So he leaves his hometown, starts bouncing around from big city to big city, trying to figure out how he's going to make all this money, winds up in Texas, tries to start an oil business, blows up in his face. So that didn't work, but he's not taking no for an answer because he's got to get his boys back. Next big idea, bottled water.
I can make any money on this team.
Okay, now to me and you in 2025 sounds like a pretty good idea. That's a multi-billion-dollar industry today, but you gotta remember, this is the early 1970s. Bottled water doesn't even get remotely popular until the 1990s, okay? The 1970s, ain't nobody drinking water. Everybody's smoking cigarettes and drinking Coca-Cola. I mean, we've all seen the documentaries where they're like, here's the graduating class of 1972, and then they show you a bunch of pictures of like 35-year-old men.
Yeah.
They stay the same age.
And it turns out they are, in fact, actually 18-year-olds. They just look like they're 30-year-old men because they have normal testosterone levels, because their balls aren't full of microplastics, and because they're not fucking drinking water and they're dehydrated. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Just drink water. Anyways.
Water sucks.
Or load yourself up with preservatives like me.
Jerry goes out with his literal multi-billion-dollar idea and starts looking for investors, starts talking to bankers. Absolutely everybody laughs at him at the notion that somebody would buy bottled water.
Water?
Yeah.
You mean like in the toilet?
So he abandons the idea, moves on to the next thing, moves on to the next big city, winds up in Washington, D.C. While he's there, he is, he's from small town Michigan. He's not used to all this money, all this wealth. He's blown away by how many rich people live in this area. He's got an economics background, so he goes back to school, gets licensed to be a financial advisor, and starts doing that in Washington, D.C., and starts making a good amount of money. From here, he meets his wife, Janie. He's doing so financially well that whatever the context is, he winds up getting his boys back. They move back with him in Washington, D.C., and then Janie gets pregnant and he has another boy. He now has 4 sons. From here, he goes right back to being the most average guy on the planet, living in the Washington, D.C. area.
Plain.
Got 4 sons, got the wife, slinging financial products on the side, making a bunch of money, putting money away for his kid's college fund, just being average Joe to the max. As his 2 oldest sons are getting ready to finish up high school here in a couple of years, neither one of them has any interest in going off to college. Okay, kind of an alarming thing for a mother and father, especially in the 1980s. This is like the pinnacle era of you have to go to college.
It is fiscally irresponsible for me to go to college.
Are you huffing?
God.
No. Are you high?
You're huffing grass?
Then one day, Jerry and Jamie decide they're going to take the boys out to the beach. They go out to the beach. It's coming up on lunchtime. They decide they're going to look for a restaurant. There's restaurants all up and down this boardwalk, but one of these restaurants has a line of like 250 people just standing there waiting. It's this restaurant called Thrasher's, and the crazy part is they only sell French fries. Like that's it, just French fries. No
That's
hot
some good
dogs,
goddamn
no hamburgers,
potato.
just French fries. 250 people waiting in line. And this reminds him of Push 'em Up Tony's and the Fur Burgers back home. And then it reminds him of what his teacher told him. If you don't pay attention in school, you're not going to go to college, and then you're going to wind up flipping burgers for the rest of your life. And maybe, just maybe, that's not that bad of an idea.
If it's your own. Great Thrasher's never
From
been.
his wife first, and then he sits down his boys and he's like, okay, look, we've saved up $70,000 to send you kids off to college. If you want to go to college, we'll pay for it. Absolutely, 100%. It's basically your money. But if you guys don't want to go to college, I'll give you the money and we can start a business together, which is beautiful. I mean, you got to remember, he already lost his boys once. He doesn't want to lose them again. If he could start a business.
That's how you get
and provide them
generational
with a
wealth,
living,
baby.
And he gets to hang out and work with his sons all day, every day. Even if they don't become rich, he's still rich. And sure enough, the boys want to work with dad. Okay, so what's the business model going to be? We're going to take Push 'em Up Tony's and we're going to take Thrasher's and we're going to smash them together. We're going to make hamburgers and French fries, and we're going to make them so well that people line up 250 deep to buy them from us. Why are we picking hamburgers and French fries? Well, because Jerry is the most average man on the planet, and that's all he likes.
I just have a little plain cheeseburger. Sometimes my other favorite burger is a plain hamburger. Ketchup, mustard.
I used to be a regular plain hamburger kid before I was like 14.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say all 4 of those boys were conceived in missionary position. Just
that
saying.
was a
so what are we
very,
gonna call this restaurant?
very
it's
different
me
time
and my
in
4
life.
boys. That's 5
For whatever
guys,
reason,
and we're
I've probably
selling
told
burgers
this
and
story
fries.
before. For whatever
Brain
reason,
blast,
I
that's the name of the
refused to
restaurant.
eat
5
cheese
guys,
until I
burgers,
was
and
like
fries.
14. I have no idea
Yeah,
why.
from here, I can't tell if Jerry is like a
I think about it
diabolical
sometimes.
genius
I
or if
have
he's
no
a full-on
fucking
Field
idea
of
what was
Dreams
going on in my
moment.
head
Like,
back
if
then.
you build it, they will come. Obviously,
The
referring to
autism
the perfect
burger.
hamburger accommodated by the perfect French fry. Actually, no, I am pretty positive he definitely had the second one, because he becomes bound and determined to make the perfect hamburger and the perfect French fry, and he is thoroughly convinced that if he can do that, literally nothing else matters. You think I'm exaggerating? I'm not. He literally defies all conventional wisdom, ignores all the common business practices, and is just locked in tunnel vision on developing a good hamburger and good French fries.
This is the good stuff. Snakes and sparklers.
He starts telling all his family and friends he's putting his life savings into selling burgers and French fries, and they're like, oh, you're starting up a restaurant. Are you gonna have a salad option? Absolutely not. How about chicken nuggets? No. How about a burrito? No. How about a chicken sandwich? No. Burgers and French fries.
You don't have no
Milkshakes
black
also.
cats? No Roman candles or screaming Mimis? No.
You don't got no lady fingers, buzz buttles, snicker bombs, church burns.
A friend was hypnotized into hating most cheese. You can get hypnotized into doing all kinds of don't.
He is so thoroughly convinced that the only recipe to success is a good hamburger and good
The only
French
thing you
fries.
can't get hypnotized into doing is something you would never ever do in a million years.
He literally and intentionally picks the shittiest
That's the only
location
time
he could
hypnosis does not
possibly
work.
find in this rundown strip mall in Arlington, Virginia. And his thought process was, if I can do this successfully in this shitty location, I can do it literally anywhere. So he gets this location up, gets it ready. From here, he has to perfect the menu. From here, I can only assume he's like, what's our competition? McDonald's? Okay, what's McDonald's have? The Big Mac? What's that got? 2 1.5-ounce patties? All right, cool. Here's our thing. We're gonna have hamburgers. We're gonna have cheeseburgers. They're gonna come in 2 sizes. The smaller one for kids is gonna have 1 3.5-ounce patty, more than a Big Mac. We're gonna call that one the little guy because fuck McDonald's. Our normal hamburgers and cheeseburgers are gonna have 2 3.5-ounce patties. And that meat is gonna be fresh, never frozen. And the bun that those hamburgers go in is gonna be fresh from a bakery, baked that morning. And I'm gonna have 17 different toppings that you can put on those hamburgers and cheeseburgers. And guess how much extra each topping's gonna cost? Fucking nothing. And all that shit, the lettuce, the tomatoes, the onions, all that's gonna be fresh too. Okay,
Damn
cool.
right.
What about the French fries? We're gonna buy fucking potatoes and we're gonna turn them into French fries. Okay, we're not gonna do what McDonald's does and have some factory spitting out frozen French fries into a bag and then transport them frozen across the country and then throw them into the fryer. No, we're gonna take potatoes, we're gonna salt them, we're gonna put them in oil, and then we're gonna feed them to the world. Okay, I mean, look at McDonald's French fries ingredients. We've got potatoes, vegetable oil, canola oil, corn oil, soybean oil, hydrogenated soybean oil, natural beef flavor, wheat and milk derivatives, dextrose, sodium, acid pyrophosphate, main color, salt, quote, beef flavor, contains hydrolyzed wheat and hydrolyzed milk as starting ingredients, contains wheat and milk. Now let's look at the Five Guys French fries ingredients.
Yeah, there it
Potatoes,
is.
Salt, peanut oil. The end. Does peanut oil cost more? Absolutely. But it doesn't matter because that's what makes the fries better, and we're not in the business of saving money. We're in the business of making the best burger and fries on the planet.
Snakes and sparklers are the only ones I like.
Buh! That also means he's gonna lose out on customers that have a peanut allergy. Buh! Don't care. Five Guys is in the business of making the best French fries possible, not bending the knee to your weird food allergy. In fact, they're gonna double down and give out free peanuts to everybody waiting in line to send the clear message. If you can't eat the best French fries in the world, fuck you. Just to be clear, for legal reasons, at no point has Five Guys officially said
The
or
supersize
alluded
me
to
guy for
anything
what he
remotely
does, nor
close to
should
that.
you.
However, that's what
Spit
they
on his
actually
grave.
do, and that's how I interpret it, and I think it's kind of funny. Yeah, I know, I'm a bad person. Anyways, moving on. Oh, and these can't just be any potatoes. No, no, no. These need to be russet potatoes from Idaho, but even that's not specific enough. These need to be russet potatoes from Idaho, specifically in the Snake River Basin, which is north of the 42nd parallel. Because, and I quote, potatoes are a lot like oak trees. The slower they grow, the more solid they are. We like our northern potatoes because they grow in the daytime when it's warm, but then stop at night when it cools down. It would be a lot easier and a lot cheaper if we got California or Florida potatoes. The dude is autistic about burgers and French fries.
How much longer is this? Good question.
Able to put down. Homie has went full plankton
Like 8
getting the
minutes.
Krabby Patty secret recipe. He has developed the greatest hamburger and French fry of all time. That's it. That's the whole menu. I've got a hamburger. I've got a cheeseburger. I've got 17 different toppings. I'll put whatever you want on it. And I've got French fries. The end. Okay? Sounds stupid. Actually genius. What have we learned on this channel? Keep it simple, stupid. Pick one thing you want to do. Be the absolute best at it. Best pound for pound money-making fast food place on the planet, Chick-fil-A. Guess what they sell? Chicken sandwiches. The end. So the menu's set. The food is ready.
I could really go for a chicken
1986,
sandwich.
He opens up Five Guys. Does he do a grand opening? No. Does he advertise at all? Absolutely not. He is convinced that if he can just get one customer to walk through that door and taste this delicious hamburger, he's going to
Just
tell all
like
of his
gun
buddies,
tuber,
and then he's
military
gonna be
tuber
successful.
specifically. Understandable. I should
So they
really
open up at
rewatch that
11 in the
movie. It's
morning.
been
Guess
so
who shows
long.
up? Absolutely nobody. Nobody knows they exist. They didn't advertise. They didn't have a grand opening. Nobody shows up. First 45 minutes, nobody shows up. Then one dude just saunters in, happening to find it randomly, eats the hamburger. By 12:30, they're fucking packed. Okay, he's done it. He's built the perfect cheeseburger. He's built the perfect French fry. And sure enough, people showed up despite him not advertising, despite him being in a horrible location. His plan is working. Five Guys Burgers and Fries is profitable from day one. Somewhere along the line, people start complaining that his restaurant takes a little bit longer in comparison to, like McDonald's.
But look
and
at the
other
size
places.
of the patty,
Jerry
though.
doesn't give a single shit, okay? Perfection takes time.
Cooking is art, and the shit I cook is the bomb, so don't be telling me.
Shit you cook
is shit.
In response to this, Jerry hangs up a sign on the door that says, and I quote, "If you're in a hurry, there's a lot of really good burger places within a short walking distance from here." Five Guys doesn't give a shit, and I absolutely love it. Just straight up, we're the best. We know we're the best. If you don't want
Watch
to
signs for the first time at school, and then one person decided to
somewhere else,
not do their homework, so no movie.
People in queue that I can make the burger for next. They continue to grow the business. They're making hamburgers. They're making French fries. Things are going
Signs
good.
is a very
Time
silly
to open
movie.
up another location.
It has its moments, but it's very
ask
silly.
for a loan. Full honesty, I have no idea how this conversation went down, but I imagine it was something along the lines of this. Okay, you want to open up another hamburger shop. Your first one's fairly successful. Tell me about the business. Do you have a marketing plan in place? Absolutely not. We don't do any marketing whatsoever. We just rely on word of mouth by making really good hamburgers and really good French fries. Okay, are you looking at like expanding the menu? Absolutely fucking not. Okay, do you deliver? Are you looking to start delivering the food? No. I make good hamburgers and good French fries, so good that they're gonna come to me. Okay, so your entire business model is just to make really good hamburgers and really good French fries, so much so that they'll come to you, you won't deliver, but they don't know you exist because you're not doing any marketing and you're only willing to sell hamburgers and French fries. Yep, just get out. No, the answer is no. We're not investing in your hamburger stand. Jerry basically gets laughed out of the bank, at which point he goes to his family and friends. He's getting like $5,000 loans from relatives, $10,000 loans from people that believe in the company, and he gets enough money to open up a second location. And that's pretty much how it goes between the 1980s all the way up until 2001. By then, he's got 5 locations. Now, 5 locations in 2 decades for a fast food place is not a lot of growth. Like, that's
keeping you
not very
afloat, at
fast.
least.
And part of that reason is not because he can't get funding.
Five Guys
It's
does
because
deliver
people
now.
have been approaching him for
I
like
never
the
get
last
delivery
10
from
years,
anything
wanting to
unless the
start a
place itself
franchise of
delivers.
their
That's
own
my
version
rule.
of Five Guys, and Jerry's just like, no, absolutely not. You're gonna fuck up my precious
5-star
burgers
classic
and
in the
French
Slop
fries. You're not
trough
gonna
later
do
to
it right.
counter
Nobody's
this.
touching
Understandable.
except for me. By 2022, he
We'll
finally
add it to the
gives
next
up,
batch
and
after
he's
this
willing
batch is
to have
through.
franchisees come on and run their own version of Five Guys, but he is on their ass like white on rice. To this day, Five Guys is sending in 2 secret shoppers every single week. Not quarterly, not yearly, every week. Corporate is sending in 2 secret spies to make sure that you're upholding their image. The food needs to be delicious and everything better be clean, right? That's the whole part of the fresh thing. They have an exposed kitchen where you can sit there and watch somebody make your food fresh. Everything needs to be spotless, and corporate is hell-bent on making sure that happens. Jerry and his sons aren't budging for anybody on their standards, and I absolutely love it. And I mean absolutely anybody, because in the 2000s, they got so popular in the DC area that the Pentagon called and wanted them to deliver some food. Jerry said, nah, we don't deliver, to which the person from the Pentagon said, sir, this is the Pentagon. Everybody delivers to the Pentagon. To which Jerry said,
I don't give a fuck.
He then gets another phone call from that guy's boss. It is an admiral from the Navy. Admiral, same thing as general, but for the Navy. Okay, super important guy. He then proceeds to tell Jerry, bro, this is the Pentagon. You have to deliver to the Pentagon. Jerry says, no, I don't. He then proceeds to get a 24-foot long sign that's 2 feet tall that says, we don't deliver, and hangs it up in all of his stores in Washington, D.C. It's so stupid that it's actually genius. It's literally the exclusivity luxury tactic. It's just never been pulled off with something so simple as hamburgers. It's like what ridiculous luxury brands do, like Rolex or Ferrari, just
They
this
let you call in
attitude of
advance,
like,
right?
I don't give a shit what the customer wants.
I think they've always let you do that.
Perfection, and if you want it, get
Just
in line. Don't get me wrong.
start
I'm not
making it
saying
now,
Five
I'm on
Guys
my
is
way,
like some
right?
snooty luxury hamburger. I'm just saying they're worried about quality and they're not willing to budge or compromise for absolutely anyone. And when I say anyone, I mean literally anyone, because in 2009, Barack Obama, the most powerful man on the planet, wanted a Five Guys hamburger. Guess what he had to do? He had to get his ass up out of the Oval Office and walk to a Five Guys and order a hamburger in line, just like everybody else. You don't gotta like it, but you absolutely can't not respect it. Telling the most powerful man in the world if he wants to eat one of your hamburgers, he
Get
needs
in
to
the
come
fucking
get
building,
it. Is
Barack.
gangster as fuck, which is not something I ever thought I would say about a fast food place, but here we are. Buh! You said at the beginning of the video that you had it DoorDash to your location, so they do deliver. Buh! No, there's a distinct difference. Five Guys doesn't deliver for anybody. But if you want to hire a stranger to go pick it up for you, that's your business. But nobody working for Five Guys is taking you your burger because they're busy making perfection. And that's why Five Guys today is so successful. They've got over 2,000 locations with 1,000 more on the way, and they're so busy they're not even accepting applications for future franchisees. Right out of the gate, they did pretty much everything wrong. They intentionally picked a shitty location when they were starting out. They don't deliver. They have a small menu. They're expensive in relation to their competition. And you know what? None of it matters because Jerry and his sons have mastered the field of dreams fuck you business strategy. If you make the perfect product, the customer's gonna come. Nothing else matters, and if anybody tries to distract you or veer you off course, tell them to get bent.
The United States of America is based on fuck you. You're a king, you have an army, greatest navy in the history of the world. Fuck you, blow me.
That's it. That's all I got. Five Guys is literally the most gangster burger place on the planet. Literally founded by a guy who sat down and was like, I want to hang out with my sons all day, and built a multi-billion-dollar hamburger and french fry empire to do it. And if that's not the American dream, I have no idea what is. Thanks for watching.
I could really
Best
go
way
for a
sports
Five
channel.
Guys
Go buy
burger
some
right
merch
about
over
now.
to
Put some sauce on that
Quack
bitch.
Bang out.
Well, that was informative,
I need to
wasn't
build a company so I can work with my kids forever.
it? Next! This is the other one that I added. Spoony. Ultima 1, The First Age of Darkness. It's been so long since I looked at this shit. I can't wait to get a claim for this, by the way. It's such a good track. The worst part is that the band gave him full permission to use this shit, and the YouTube algorithm still fucks everyone on it. A more simple era. More understandable time.
It was kind of a weird experience for me to go back and rediscover Ultima 1 all
Grandpa
over again,
Terry
because
looking rough
at
these
the time,
days.
I don't really remember it being quite so completely balls out insane.
Yeah, it was
I don't
pretty
know,
ridiculous.
When I was a kid, this whole thing seemed to make a lot more
Is
sense.
Ultima on Steam?
The setup is pretty stock.
Or
Everything's happening in
GOG
the
or
magical
whatever.
land of Cesari until the evil wizard Mondane uses his powers to create the Gem of Immortality so he can become invincible and, naturally, take over the world.
Of course.
You play as a mythical hero from Earth who is periodically called to adventure in Cesaria through shimmering interdimensional moon gates. And really, I think the whole hero from a parallel Earth thing was only incorporated much later into the series retroactively when the games actually started having, you know, plots. I think it was just a token effort to try to connect the early primitive games to the overall storyline with mixed success. I mean, in Ultima 1, the story never really got much more complicated than, Wizard bad, you hero, go kill! It's basically the plot of every fantasy RPG ever, but hey, this was one of the first, and nobody was really expecting grand operatic storylines.
Just about all of them are on GOG?
When I say back then, it wasn't really possible to include a
We're at the
story in
timeline where
most
Spoony
games.
continued making
It
these
couldn't fit
videos
one
and
on
was
the
viewed the
disc.
same way as
I'm talking
AVGN
about
and Doug
games that
Walker.
were shipped on
Would have been
5
better
1/4
off.
floppies with capacities upward of 360.
And here he is now, selfishly using his talent for nothing.
In gaming when TSR released its gold box RPGs and saved a ton of disk space by printing all of its plot entries in a book included with the game. Whenever you progress in the story, the game would just refer you to an index number so you could read what was happening in the paperback book. The graphics were about as primitive as they get. They were just stick figures and wireframe dungeons. I remember playing this in my elementary school computer lab on monochrome Apple IIs. Now that took some imagination. So anyway, to start, all you have to do is run around, talk to the various kings who give you quests.
I think they only
go
started
kill
making
whatever they
console
say,
ports of these at
level
the
up, and
third game,
collect
right?
money. And you need money to afford necessities like food, weapons, armor, rocket fuel, and
We're
your
technically
flying
isekais, and it flew
car.
over my head when the
Yeah,
genre
they
became
sell
overdone
rats,
recently, unlike
horses,
Escaflowne and
carts,
such.
and flying cars. Wait, a shuttle? They sell space shuttles. Yeah, I'll get back to that. But man, there's a store in this kingdom that sells space shuttles. You think your job is hard? How long do you think you got to apprentice as a village blacksmith in this world before you can build space shuttles? Why that goes, this is hard work, and I've still got so much more work to do. I've got to shoe Farmer Wiggins' horse, fix his plough, and replace the 2 cracked heat shielding tiles on the Challenger. Well, I mean, just as soon as I finish replacing the negative power coupling on the repulsor lift drive. Better get to it then. Man, that would have made Lord of the Rings a really short movie. You thought the giant eagle thing was a plot hole. What if they could buy a flying car or a space shuttle? This game is cracktastic. I'm sorry, I just cannot get over this. There are guys who sell space shuttles in this game. Fuck your epic mounts. This game has you cruising in jet-powered flying cars. And that's just for starters. One might
As the series went on, it kind of leveled out of the sci-fi
I don't
stuff,
know
didn't
about
it?
you, but I saw myself just cruising the land, running over the hapless orcs and knights roaming the land. It'd be really funny to watch, but for some insane reason, the game doesn't let you do that. Sadly, weapons technology in Caesarea lags far behind their jet car advancements. I mean, the best thing you can hope to buy in most stores is a bow and arrow, which is kind of weird. Or is it? Actually, there are better weapons, and once you start sailing around, you'll find a place pretty quick where there's an island with a signpost. Search that area, and you'll find a weapon one level better than the one you already have. Go to another nearby signpost to increase your wisdom, and you reset the other signpost so you can search it again and get another weapon. Keep doing this, and you'll get progressively better stuff. Although, some of the things you get, I still have no idea what they do. I mean, a triangle? What the fuck is that supposed to... Who gives a shit about a triangle? A minute, what's this? It appears to be a sign written in some sort of Elvish. But wait, what's this? There's something hidden here. Why, it's a weapon. And look, here's another one. They're much more potent weapons than the ones I was wielding before. Why, there's weapons strewn about all over the place. Like this, some kind of futuristic power gauntlet. Wait, something more. What could this be? Fucking triangle? What the hell am I supposed to do with a triangle? Wait! Here's something I can really use! But if you keep going back and forth and keep looking, eventually you'll find a phaser, or rather a phasor, and finally a blaster. I think this is the same world as Your Hunter from the Future, where we just keep discovering advanced technology from Earth's past future. Doesn't that seem weird to you? I mean, here you are in the middle of a sword and sorcery kill the evil wizard quest, and suddenly you just trip over a blaster rifle.
I think by the time Ultima 1 came out, second edition D&D was out, and that had a bunch of sci-fi shit in it, if I remember right.
I'm like a fucking space marine right now.
Oh god, we're at the bit! I wish Thief was here.
You cannot pass!
Get out!
I am a servant of the secret fire, wielder of the flame of Arnor. Dark fire will not avail you, flame of Udun!
Man, copyright gods are gonna kill my ass after this, aren't they? We now have people that make accounts for politicians, cats, and dogs. Everything is Clown World now.
You shall not pass! All right. Time to bust out the flame of Arnor. Enjoy the fireworks!
I understood that reference. I clapped.
Oh. Oh, shit. Actually, I joke, but it turns out you'll need the guns because the monsters here are badass. Like the fucking Loch Ness Monster and a dragon turtle. Holy crap, that's actually really scary. It's like fighting Gamera. Suddenly I need bigger guns. Where's the rocket launchers? You'll discover there's no way to kill the evil wizard Mondane even if you do have phasers because, since he has the Gem of Immortality, he's indestructible. The only way to do it is to go back in time and terminate him before he constructs the gem. How do you go back in time? Well, you find a time machine, of course. And how do you find a time machine? Well, you've got to go rescue a princess because they know where to find one. I just find it funny that Lord British, the ultimate kindly king in every Ultima game,
That guy's
has a
still
princess
alive.
locked in his dungeon. But you just hold on there, partner. A princess isn't going to give up the goods to just any
Richard
schmuck who
Garriott
breaks
still
her out
walk
of a
the earth.
dungeon. You gotta become a space ace first. Why? Well, because as we all know, it doesn't really matter how nice a guy you are. All chicks care about is how big your rocket is.
Real!
So, how do you become a space ace? Well, obviously you have to go into space. And to do that, you have to buy a space shuttle. You see? You see how it all ties together? All you gotta do is go to the Starship dealership in town and give the guy there a sack of gold. I'm sorry, I don't mean to dwell on this. I just have so many questions about a society where you can buy space shuttles with gold coins, and why, if laser cannons and personal flying vehicles are commercially available, is Lord British so worried about a fucking gelatinous cube? What the fuck am I doing? I don't know how to fly a space shuttle. I barely know how to drive a car. Well, does it come with an instruction manual? How much does that cost?
Failed Kickstarter a few years back. Oh, there's the bit.
Loaded with the worst.
Well, whatever you do, be sure to buy extra rocket fuel, because you'll only be able to refuel at the space station? Huh? Who built a space station? Be sure you're wearing a vacuum suit or you die of explosive decompression instantly after launching, and don't run out of gas or you can't return to Earth. From there, you commandeer a starfighter, go into hyperspace, and Jesus fish, it's TIE Fighters! TIE Fighters? What the fuck is going on? No wonder Mondane's so powerful. He's allied with the fucking Emperor. Oh, that's it. No way am I gonna deal with orcs and stormtroopers in the same night. Right now, I feel like I could take on the whole Empire myself. Get you some! What you got is what we
Man!
need, and all we do is dirty deeds with a baseball.
Things had soul back then.
Don't mess around.
This is like copyright minefield, by the way.
Richard Garriott's tabletop Dungeons & Dragons game must have been just about the most glorious thing in human history. This game takes D&D, Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, among many other things, throws them in a blender and just hits the puree switch, and my god, is it beautiful. This guy is a god of nerds. So anyway, once you kill 20 TIE Fighters, you become a space ace. Now you have to rescue a princess, but that's a lot easier since every castle has one locked in its dungeon. Apparently all the kings of Caesarea are kidnapping assholes.
Yeah.
The only problem is you need a key, but that's not really a big problem because every fucking step you take, Chuckles the fucking jester shouts, "I have the key!" So you have to stab Chuckles in cold blood, which I'll admit is immensely satisfying, take the key and hack your way out of there with the princess in tow. She tells you there's a time machine parked around back of the castle, so you get in, you go back to the past, beat the shit out of Mondane, and smash his magic gem. This guy is a complete pussy, too. After a few rounds, he just turns into a bat and starts running away from you.
Every time. God, Yakety Sax was such a good bit before it died forever. Fuck you, Lars Ulrich. My God, you're still going with it. He really does run away that much, doesn't he? You'd think he'd think to go for the time machine.
I mean, I guess I understand. Would you be ready for battle if some guy just busted into your lab in his fucking TARDIS, kicked the door open, and came out shooting with a blaster rifle? I'd be toast, man. Not even sure I'd have pants on. Sadly, there's no option to take the gem and assume Mondane's dark throne, but hey, you've got a time machine and all the hot princess poontang you could ever want. Still, seems like we're forgetting something.
Always two there are.
Man, Disney's gonna have my balls after this stream is done, huh?
A master and an apprentice.
But which was destroyed? The master or the apprentice?
Oh, this is supposed to have the Terminator theme over it. This was the one thing you cut out of the video, Spoonie? The Terminator theme with the outro? Everything else was fine, it was the Terminator theme? Eh. Good video. Holds up very well. This was back when people that put out videos on the internet had to give a shit at all. Nowadays, the only people that really give a shit are James Rolfe and Doug Walker. Either way. Next! Cypher 032, Gundam characters described by Dracula Flow lyrics. Oh, finally. We're back.
I'm not loyal to anybody. I'm a demon. I have no loyalty for anyone. Never did, never will. Shorty chose to be with a demon. Sounds like her problem to me. Ha ha. Flipped a whole brick into an empire. Stop playing with me. My money long. My pockets deep. No pocket watching in these parts. We straight gassing. Chanel optics got me seeing shit. I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him. They thought they could stop a demon. I'm back. You can't trust me. I don't even trust myself. I don't know who I am anymore. I'm getting too much money. Can you remind me who I am? Get the president on the phone now. I fronted him a brick. I need my money. We smoking symbiote. They must have amnesia. They forgot that I'm him. Don't be shy, girl. I love me some pastrami mud flaps. Reach for my neck. You'll get turned into an example. Ops wanted some initiative. Blew up their entire quadrant. I'm moving like Oppenheimer. I have seen the Magna Carta. I have seen the Eye of Horror. I was flipping bricks for Mansa Musa before y'all even became a Type 1 civilization. They needed a stealth soldier, so I put my hands on the hibachi hot plate at Benihana and burned my fucking fingerprints off. They will not find me. Konnichiwa, you little jit. We smoking that IBM quantum computer. These cops are interrogating me about an ounce of weed as if I didn't kill an Applebee's hostess 2 miles away. I keep my Glock at the Vatican. I'm the hemulation. Fuck it, I ate the op. Op was sneak dissing on the gram, turned a city into Pompeii. They want to drive a wooden stake into my heart. My Ducati leather trench coat, bright red, I look like 10 million crawdads fucking. That elite pussy turned me into a radical. Smoking that good shooby-doo-wah, war is all I think about. What the fuck is Obamacare? Hey, Obama, I don't care about shit. Go outside and get a bag. I took 2 limitless pills to limit myself. Yeah, I drill with my mask off. This Zaza will give you a 2019 Alex Caruso hairline. How can I be homophobic? I blew his fucking brains out. Started off shooting dice in the cum slum. Learned how to load the 9mm Canic and changed the trajectory of everything. I fuck like it's for survival, as if it's the last sip of water I'll ever get. I'm so violent and sick in the head, I can't tell if I want to kill my ops or fuck them. They asked me to shoot, I do it. Woke up in Geneva. Oh man, I did it again. My dogs will do anything for a Newport, and I mean anything. I only handed back the free world because I was bored. The worms in my head won't shut the hell up. They're telling me to go absolutely fucking stupid on them. I'm pissing and drooling all over myself, howling and itching to take lives. I'm back to back with God shaking the fucking universe. This is an army of 2. Beat his ass and send him into an improvement cycle. Put the gun down, young man. There's too much pussy out there to kill yourself. How can I be gay? My bitch is homophobic. Ha ha. Wagwan, big one up yourself. Select a duddy wine roadside gal. Me a gon' fuck. Motherfuckers live in their car and call it van life. Stop lying to yourself and just say you're homeless, you stupid bum. I'm a high-functioning shooter. I ain't gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling myself right now, gang. Attempting to prove to the judge that I'm a responsible father. But we all know I'm fucking not. I got the kid's ears pierced at 2 years old, and she already knows what Red Bull tastes like. I'm fucked. I've been fully consumed by hatred, jealousy, and lust. My impulsive nature causes conflict at any given time. I had to up it in Fashion District, shot into the Hermes store, and hit 8 people. I made sure all the Birkin bags were unarmed so that the hoes don't bug out on me about it later. I wept for there were no worlds left to conquer. I was at the Battle of Jericho taunting both sides with my cock out. I got to where I am today through violence. I'm thankful for it. They call me Ben Simmons because I don't play at all. These white people are crazy. Fuck them. Never let these white people change you. I have no backbone. I'm loyal to whoever pays the most. My character is so flawed, the only time I ever stood 10 toes on anything was on the op's throat. I was one of 9 babies abandoned in the bando. My earliest memory is getting breastfed by the pit bull. I'm so busy shooting, I'm celibate. Found the homies beheading video on Daily Motion. That little jit owed me money. What the fuck, dude? Ah, the worms are back. Ah, the worms are back. I beat my own head in with a rock because I couldn't stand the fact that I'll never get to fuck her. Humans will never understand their true abilities. I believe in you. You can accomplish anything you want in this life.
That shit cracks me up every single time I listen to it, in any context, no matter what it is. It's fucking brilliant. Fuck. Skippy62 Abel. Eating things from the Ocean Gauntlet Challenge. Warning, dumb LA beast.
Have a good day.
Jesus Christ. Uh-huh. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. This one's gonna have vomit in it.
LA Beast here, and as of this very second, I'm sweating my balls off because it's 86 degrees and humid, and I'm wearing a hooded sweatshirt. And since I live nowhere near the ocean, in order to cool off, I've decided to bring the ocean to me. Now what I plan on doing today is actually in no way going to motherfucking cool me off whatsoever. But because I've already spent money on these items relating to the ocean, I have no choice but to sit here and execute my mission. Now, all
no one is making you do anything.
In the Taste of the Ocean challenge is taking a semi-raw Zamboni fish and eating its guts, trying to eat its head and eyeballs, and then washing that down with an entire lemon, which gives it flavor. Then I'm going to devour this plate of baby octopus like an absolute boss. Next, I'm going to inhale this entire tray of slimy green seaweed and follow that up by eating a glass of sand.
Jesus God!
Boom. Oh my God. And finally, to replicate drinking ocean water, I plan on downing this entire bottle of fish sauce, which is made with sea salt and contains over 1,000
great baby octopi, hyper intelligent.
Sodium. Without further ado, I am the LA Beast, and even though I technically don't want to do this, I'm going to do it anyway. So with that said, again, I am the LA Beast, and this is the Taste the Ocean Challenge. Have a good day. Now what I
This doesn't have to happen.
Hand,
There's still time to stop.
It's a branzoni. It's a bronzoni fish. And I'm going to eat it Bear Grylls style right now. And what I plan on doing, I'm going to eat a few bites of the meat from its back. And then I'm going to go right into its underbelly and understand what its guts taste like. And then I'm going to eat its head. So
is this gonna be frame one vomit?
Let's just do it. tastes like fish.
Not even deboned in
I
any
asked
fashion.
my friend who's a chef, oh my God, this is terrible. And he said to boil this for 15 minutes. And as you can see on this side, there's
still bloody.
There's a lot of blood and guts. And I'm ruining the garage right now. Stop being a pussy. And what I'm gonna do, there's the underbelly, and I'm gonna just take a bite. And the guts are called offal.
You are not being forced to do these things. You are doing them wholly of your own volition. Jesus Christ, that's hard to look at. Christ.
I'm eating fish guts.
Ugh.
Okay. Oh.
You know, I don't think I have a weak stomach at all. I vomit maybe at most once a year. And then I watch one of these videos. And it starts coming up. It's gonna happen.
That tasted like chemicals.
Yeah.
That tastes like chemicals. That's not. I did my research on eating uncooked fish. Jesus.
Is this worse than the chunky milk? Yes!
So far, I can't believe what the hell I'm doing. Bear Grylls, who's a outdoor enthusiast guy, I'm just gonna eat the lemon because that tasted like chemicals.
Get some of that sweet, delicious citrus in you.
But the lemon, although very sour, adds flavor. We may have to speed up the video. Oh, okay.
Don't bite into the blood. Don't bite into the, don't.
Trying to taste the ocean.
Don't do it!
There's a bone. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ah! There's green stuff. There's green shit. Oh man. Okay.
You have the freedom to stop this at any point in time you so choose to.
That's what it is. That's what it is. 3, 2, 1.
For Gus boxing match? Jesus.
It tastes like what I would imagine fish shit tastes like. Okay. Ugh. Okay, and this is gonna be the last bit of guts I'm gonna have from the head.
It's all gonna be okay. Yeah, here it is! The pain doth come.
Oh, Jesus.
Would it take for you to do that? At minimum 5 digits. Minimum 10,000 American dollars. I don't even like cooked fish, for God's sake.
I bought.
The only time you can get me to eat fish is like getting a fillet fish from like McDonald's or some shit.
Bone.
And even then, I'd rather it be plain. Just the bread.
This is a Zamboni fish, eaten Bear Grylls style. Let's finish the lemon. Okay. Now the guy, the fisherman at the market, said that it's impossible to eat an octopus head. And I said I agree to disagree with you, because what I'm going to do now, he said that it's waste. Okay. I'm eating octopus.
This is probably still awful, but not nearly as bad as the last
tastes
one.
like mud.
Yeah?
And if you're not careful, the little tentacles can get stuck in the back of your throat. Shut.
Let's see how your suction powers take up to the power of digestion.
I took these and I just boiled them in water for 3 minutes. And now what I have here, folks, this is seaweed, and they use this to make sushi with. And all I plan on doing is eating.
Eating live octopus. I wish I had.
Disgusting. This has been sitting in water in a warm garage, and I'm about to eat it.
Jesus Christ, it's happening. Yeah?
Sup in 'em. It's not that bad. It tastes like.
I'm going for the fridge again. Sorry.
Like a green fart. If I took a green slimy fart and I ate it.
I thought seaweed was edible. It is. As long as you don't make it like this. You see, this one isn't affecting me as bad because it's just grass.
I didn't want this to be a long video. I think I ate the teeth of the Zamboni fish, and I can feel it. I can feel it.
We'll get rid of the ocean one day, chat, and then we'll never have to deal with anything like this ever again.
Okay. And on that note, we're done. We're done with the seaweed. We're done. It does. It looks like...
I swear to God Almighty!
Like I took a diarrhea seaweed crap.
If you fucking start sipping on that, thank God.
Now, approximately 5 minutes ago, I learned how to eat sand. And what I did, I went to the local hardware store and I bought some sand that you fill with your play box. I don't know what a play box is. You fill it with a sand box. Oh, what am I gonna do now?
You know, this is bad enough, but every once in a while, sometimes, like, a single grain of sand will make its way into my mouth. Because I, like, live right next to the beach, right?
Not bad.
And it's, like, the worst thing imaginable anytime it happens.
And it tastes like rocks. But I don't want this to be a long video, so, yes. I don't know if you can see.
Why is he
that.
eating
The
asbestos
camera
foam?
gets a little fuzzy there. But if I went like
Boxing.
this,
How would Anakin react to this? Poorly.
So here we go. We're gonna speed this up. Glass of sand like an absolute boss. I'm fucking eating sand right now. This is insane.
Has he ever eaten glass? Snack! Confirm! He's eating light bulbs. There it is. Rewatch that. I'm not gonna lie, my memory probably blocked that out for my own safety.
Oh boy, okay. I gotta get my barracks straight. Okay.
Where she's eating sand, saying, I just love the crunch. Ugh.
I'm good. I'm good. There. It's good enough. I just ate an entire giant glass of sand. Finally, I'm going to take fish sauce. I've never actually had fish sauce before. But I feel like I kind of want to...
The vomit is gonna come.
It's very salty. It's made with sea salt. Okay. Okay. And it smells like anus. If you didn't get that, I said it smells like anus. Like if my butthole. Okay. This video is already 20 minutes
8
long.
pencils, Christ.
Unacceptable. To finish off.
What signals do you think his nervous system is firing off right now?
There's no reason that anybody should become the
I would imagine it's trying to walk out of the rest of his body.
So without further ado, holy fuck, I'm the LA Beast and I'm about to drink something that smells like my anus ass crack.
Jesus fucking Christ, the vomit is gonna happen. It's gonna happen right now. Yeah, it's gonna happen! Get the bucket! Get the bucket!
I'm gonna throw up. I can't go to the gym now. Like my face smells like I just shoved it. You never go ass to mouth, and it feels like I just went ass to mouth. Finish.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, God, it's dark. Jesus. Oh, God. There you go. Oh, Jesus. Oh, the gargling noises. Oh, it's making it worse.
Okay. I'm seeing stars right now. I am the LA Beast. The next time I want to cool off, I think I'm just going to go to the local swimming pool. And on that note, have a good day.
Life is pain. You know that? Life is agonizing suffering. Jesus God. Gnome Bob, a grill which catches fire.
A waffle.
Ultimate grill. One thing he has noticed. One thing he has noticed.
You've tried other grills on the market. Cook the meat, drain the grease. Cook the grease, drain the meat, and the cleanup is a mess. Some of them made evenly. Cooked meat.
Ultimate Mexican grill.
Brother. The preceding was a paid advertisement for Hulk Hogan's Ultimate Grill, brought to you by TriStar Products Incorporated.
You think Grandpa Terry is watching this from the next world and he's very, very upset? I hope he is. I sincerely hope that he is. Very much so. Chathany, I'm gonna go take the dog out quick. So, BRB, don't go anywhere. I know where you all live. I'm here. I exist. I'm a factor in your life once again, despite my moral judgment. Alright, next. Dracula's Paprika Händel from Bram Stoker's 1897 novel, By Tasting History, with Max Miller. Finally! Another kind of food!
Count Dracula, the most famous vampire in history, had a really monotonous diet. After all, he hated garlic. Garlic! And he couldn't even enjoy a glass of wine.
I never drink. Why?
No, the poor guy had nothing to look forward to but the blood of his victims. Very boring.
He had a cook on staff, though.
I am not a vampire, so I can enjoy both the food and the drink that are mentioned in Bram Stoker's 19th century novel, Dracula. Like this 1890 recipe for paprika Händel, or chicken paprikash. So thank you to Factor for
22 minutes to cook food from 1104 AD.
Dracula. This time on Tasting History. In 1897, the Irish author Bram Stoker published the Gothic novel Dracula.
That Ubisoft stock is gone. Finally!
Reviews, but was often criticized for having too much horror in it. Go figure. But why, you may ask, am I talking about a novel on Tasting History? Well, it mostly has to do with the first part of the book. See, the novel is written in the epistolary style, meaning that it's actually told through a series of letters and diaries and newspaper clippings and journal entries. And the first chapter is actually the journal entry of the character Jonathan Harker. He is a solicitor from England who is going to Transylvania to meet with Count Dracula, who wants to buy some property outside of London. And on his journey across Central Europe, he basically writes it as a travel blog, mostly talking about the food that he's eating.
You think it's weird in hindsight that Dracula just like,
here I stopped for the night at the Hotel
I'll buy a plot of land.
For dinner, or rather supper, a chicken done up
You think it's weird in hindsight?
Which was very good, but thirsty. Memoranda, get recipe for Mina. I asked the waiter, and he said it was called paprika Händel, and that, as it was a national dish, I should be able to get it anywhere along the Carpathians. Now today you might be hard-pressed to find paprika Händel on any menu, especially near Transylvania, and that is because the word Händel is actually a German word for chicken. But since Transylvania was part of the Austro-Hungarian Empire at the time, it uses the German word. After all, Harker writes, I found my smattering of German very useful here. Indeed, I don't know how I should be able to get on without it. Now today the dish is more often known by its Hungarian name paprikash csirke, or chicken paprikash.
Is that paprikash?
Now Harker notes in his journal to get recipe for Mina, Mina being his fiancée back in England. But
that new Nosferatu movie was quite good. That's what I hear. I haven't seen it.
Hospital in Hungary, I'm guessing he never actually got that recipe.
As the Count title being literal and not some royal title.
There is a recipe for it in a cookbook called Valódi Magyar Szakecskanyv, published in Budapest in 1892, just 2 years after the novel is supposed to take place. And it starts off by telling you how to butcher a chicken, and then it says to put a piece of fat the size of a large egg into a pot. When the fat is hot, add 2 finely chopped onions and a tin spoonful of fine red paprika. Then immediately add the chicken. Salt it, pour on half a liter of water, cover, and stirring often, let it simmer for half an hour. Meanwhile, take care that it does not boil to pieces. When the chicken is tender, prepare a gravy thickening with 3 deciliters of very good sour cream and a small spoon of flour. Pour this into the chicken broth, stir it well, and boil together. Serve it on a long platter surrounded by egg barley or galushka. Dumplings.
I could really kill someone for a dumpling right now.
So for this dish, what you'll need is 4 to 5 pounds or 2 kilograms of chicken cut into pieces. Legs and thighs work well. 2 tablespoons of schmaltz, which is rendered chicken fat, though lard or vegetable oil will also work. 2 medium onions, about 500 grams finely chopped. 1 tablespoon of salt for the chicken, plus another teaspoon for the onions. 2 tablespoons of sweet Hungarian paprika. 2 cups or 500 milliliters of water or chicken stock. I'm using stock simply because it's going to add more flavor. 1 1/4 cup or 300 grams of sour cream, and 1 tablespoon of flour. Now, as much as I'm looking forward to trying this dish, it does take a little time to make, so to hold me over, I'm going to enjoy a meal from today's sponsor, Factor. I have been
Chat, are any of these like meal sponsors that YouTubers get any good?
That's because it was
any of them?
Easy way to
are any of them worth your time into even trying?
To have a quick dinner, and that would stop me from always ordering takeout. And because of that, it also helped me stick to my nutrition goals. Also, I really like Factor because the
one of you has to have tried these things at some point, right?
Portion control has always been something that I've struggled with, and Factor helps with that. In addition, they have meal options to fit every diet, whether you're doing high protein or watching your calories or trying to up your fiber intake. It's clean, wholesome food, and most importantly,
I keep getting HelloFresh trying to get me on a subscription
I had the sour cream
service.
and chive chicken with Yukon mashed potatoes and broccoli. Easy to prepare and a delight to eat. And with over 80 different weekly options,
Chad,
there
if
is
I started
something for
shilling you
everyone, and you're not
HelloFresh,
going
would
to
you
get
buy the
bored.
HelloFresh?
And right now, when you use my link in the description or head to factor75.com and use my code TastingHistoryFB50,
It's like a microwave dinner, except you put it in the oven.
Free breakfast for 1 year. That's code TastingHistoryFB50 at factor75.com.
Think about the other
for
shit you put in your
50%
body.
off
This is like
plus free
nothing.
breakfast for a year.
Do it.
Now back to Dracula's paprika hendel. So start off by patting your chicken dry and seasoning it with the tablespoon of salt. Then set it aside while you add the
Give me 2 weeks for free. Best I can do is 3 days.
And heat it over medium-high heat. Once it's hot and glistening, add in the onions and sprinkle with the other teaspoon of salt. Then toss the onions to coat them in the oil and let them cook for 10 minutes, or until they're soft and golden. Then remove the pot from the heat and sprinkle in the paprika. And you want to have it off the heat so the paprika doesn't burn as you mix it in with the onions. Once the onions are coated, you can return the pot to the heat and add in the chicken, tossing it to coat in the paprika and the onion, and it helps to add just a few pieces at a time. Let the chicken cook for just a few minutes to get some color, turning it every minute or so, and then pour in the water or the chicken stock and let it come to a simmer, and then reduce the heat to medium-low and cover the pot and simmer for 30 minutes, stirring every 10 minutes or so. You want the chicken to get nice and tender, but you don't want it falling apart. Once the chicken's about ready, mix the sour cream and the flour together until smooth, and then stir in a little of the hot liquid to temper the sour cream, and then pour all of that into the pot, stir it in, and let it gently simmer until the sauce thickens. I let it simmer for about 20 minutes. And even when it's done, you want to leave it on the stove on the lowest setting just to leave it to warm and have all of the flavors come together. It really helps. And you can use that time to make your galushka, or your dumplings that this dish is typically served with. But before we make those, I just wanted to let you know that I have signed a bunch more tasting history cookbooks, and I'm working with
Isn't
several
tasting the
small
food for another
independent
17
bookstores around
minutes.
the country to get those out. So I'll put a link to that in the description, or you can just head to tastinghistory.com.
You know, I do technically own a few
Talk a bit
cookbooks.
more about the different
Technically.
foods mentioned.
I never
in
use them
Bram
myself.
Stoker's Dracula.
But they're up on top of the fridge. I see them every time I'm in the kitchen. I could start flipping
People
through
love
it and look for something.
vampires. They have been the subject of books and movies and TV shows for over 200 years. And one reason I think that we like them so much is because they're so often based in reality. Not the vampires themselves, but the worlds in which
GoFundMe
they
to pass
inhabit.
15-minute
Like
cap
Buffy the Vampire Slayer is just a
legislation.
typical high school girl. And the characters in True Blood just
You got
live
the
in your
Hulk Hogan
average Louisiana
cookbook.
town. And it is the same with Dracula. Bram Stoker
I got sick from
pulled
HelloFresh.
actual
Hell,
places
there's your sign
and
of-
actual people to
It's a sign of
ground the
quality,
story
isn't it?
in reality, which then makes the horror aspect all the more frightening. Obviously, there are the locations like Transylvania and Whitby in England, but also some of the characters themselves are inspired by real people. Dracula himself was inspired by the 15th century Wallachian ruler Vlad Dracula.
Didn't maintain the
better
sweet
known as
mustache,
Vlad
though.
the Impaler, and I'm actually going to be doing a video about him for Villains Month. Now, the degree to which Vlad actually inspired Dracula is kind of up for debate. It seems that mostly it was just the name Dracula, which at the time that Bram Stoker was writing meant devil in Romanian. Then, of course, there are the tales of Vlad the Impaler drinking the blood of his enemies, and so that made a good jumping off point for the vampire in the story. Another character
Seems like a
who's
nice
inspired
person.
by real-life people is the doctor, scientist, and sometimes vampire hunter Van Helsing. Stoker based him and his profession of vampire hunter on people like Ernst Frombald, who was an official at the Austrian court who, in 1725, was charged with investigating the alleged vampire known as Petar Blagojevich. See, a small Serbian town had been terrorized by someone who had recently died.
You know,
He had
Vlad the
come
Impaler
back
was the name of the
to life,
doctor and not the
supposedly,
monster.
and killed 9 other villagers. And so they got
That whole thing about
this
Frankenstein
Frombald to
still
come and
annoys me, 'cause it's
investigate
like,
what was going on.
Even
Now,
in
unlike
the
Van
story,
Helsing,
I think the
Frombald
doctor
seems to have
calls
been
him
rather
his son, which
skeptical
by
that
extension would also
vampires
mean he's
existed.
named Frankenstein,
But
right?
just like Van Helsing, he did end up being involved in the staking of this supposed vampire Blagojevich. A newspaper from the time said that he ended up going with the villagers to dig up the grave, and after opening the coffin, they saw that the deceased's body was undecomposed, as if it had been buried for a few hours, not 10 weeks ago.
It's gonna be me when I load up on Pepsi before I finally hit the long good night.
Poured from Pitar's body, nose, and ears. Then the body was burned while the priest read the prayers. After this act, the mysterious deaths in the village stopped. But perhaps the character that grounds the story in reality more than any other is Jonathan Harker. I mean, what is
when will Nemly make a
realistic
cookbook?
And rather mundane?
All right, kids, this is how you make mom soup. It's gonna be really dry.
Do a real estate deal with a rich guy. And as if to double down on the mundanity
was
of
Helsing a la carte on the Dracula tier list?
Castle,
I don't believe he was, now that I think about it.
As essentially a travel blog.
I think I'd put him in like the B tier.
That he has been eating.
I think.
Just like with a modern travel blog, he not only talks about the food, but goes on about his feelings toward the food, like with the paprika hendel, which he calls very thirsty. Now, at first I thought this meant that he thought it was dry, like the chicken was dry.
B tier.
But the
he goes on the top of the B tier, and then Lugosi goes in the A tier, and then Castlevania and Christopher Lee go in the S tier.
And so we get a little bit more context. I did not sleep well, though my bed was comfortable enough, for I had all sorts of queer dreams. There was a dog howling all night under my window, which may have had something to do with it. Or it may have been the paprika, for I had to drink up all the water in my carafe.
Don't forget Billy and Mandy, Dracula, and S.
So while the reader knows that there's something sinister in the air that is causing Parker to lose sleep,
Erwin, your grandpappy,
he blames it on his delicate English constitution, though he does try it again the next morning for breakfast. I had for breakfast more paprika, and a sort of porridge of maize flour, which they said was mamaliga, and eggplant stuffed with forcemeat, a very excellent dish which they called impletata. Memorandum, get recipe for this also. Mamaliga is a
Marvel
Romanian
Dracula
dish
Land.
similar to polenta, made with corn from the Americas.
It's been a long time since
as
I've looked at
corn
anything
was
that
not
had
in
Marvel
area
Dracula
until
in it, to
about
be honest.
I think the 17th century. It used to be made out of millet. Now, the impletata was a little bit harder to find because there really is no dish called impletata, but rather there is a dish called
Road Mr. Burns Land, A tier, obviously.
A variation on that word, which means stuffed. And to this day, there is a dish, either zucchini or eggplant, that is stuffed with ground beef. But the meal that really sent me down a rabbit hole, and it is a rabbit hole which I invite you to join me down, was the meal that Harker had.
Dracula nearly killed Apocalypse, needed to be saved by Van Helsing.
I dined on what they called robber steak.
Why would Van Helsing save Apocalypse?
Seasoned with red pepper.
His name is Apocalypse!
And roasted over the fire in the simple style of the London cat's meat. I'm sorry, what? Cat's meat? What exactly was going on in London at this time? I do know that Mrs. Lovett from Sweeney Todd complained that her
Van Helsing hates Dracula more.
Cats into pies.
If anyone was gonna,
I thought that was a story, and it turns out it was, because at this time, cat's meat did not refer to the meat of cats, but rather meat for cats. The meat was actually horse meat. And today we kind of don't even think about how omnipresent horses were back in the day, but essentially,
Kingpin beat Dracula's ass in Rivals according to the Times Square map.
Every truck that you see, there were a couple horses that would have been in that place. And just like with cars,
he couldn't bite into him. His body's nothing but muscle.
Circulated around horses. There were coachmen to drive them, farriers to shoe them.
It's like trying to eat a beanbag chair.
And grooms to care for them. But just as today we have tow trucks to pick up a car that dies, back then they had something called knackers to pick up a horse that died.
No one take that out of context and play it really fast.
And people, especially in London, did not eat horse meat during this period, so the meat went to other places, including to feed the cats and dogs.
Chad, isn't horse meat? Aren't burgers in like the Nordic countries, Sweden, Switzerland, and all that shit? Isn't all the burger meat predominantly just made of horse over there?
Areas, but also in the nicer parts of town, and so the
Dr. Doom having pieces of the cross in his armor just in case he fought Dracula.
And roasted horse meat on
I remember that.
To feed to the cats.
The real cross too.
Harker's comparing them to a dish known as robber steak, which is essentially bacon-wrapped beef and onion skewers. And there is a great description of the cat's meat man doing his job in the 1868 children's magazine Chatterbox. as the cat's meat man passes by different houses and announces
Deposit in the lobby. Viewing on phone immediately. Right now.
Cats may be seen furtively stealing up their respective areas and eagerly seizing the meat which is thrown down to them. In large warehouses or breweries in the city where numerous cats are kept, feeding time is a scene almost worthy of the zoological gardens. So fond are our London cats of this meat that after being long accustomed to it,
he crushed the vampires and now leads New York towards a brighter fortune.
Is offered to them as a substitute. Now, like I said, I really fell down the rabbit hole with this subject, and I am not at the bottom yet because
That's my boy,
I
Willie.
found a little tidbit of interesting history about a particular cat's meat man, or rather cat's meat woman, that just kind of ties in perfectly with the whole horror theme of this episode. Her name was Harriet Hardiman,
Great
and
Neff
she
meat.
ran a cat's
I
meat
imagine
shop with
Neff
her
would be
son
very
on
stringy.
the ground floor of 29 Hanbury Street. And in September of 1888, she gave an interview about something horrible that had happened on the premises. I went to bed on Friday night at 10:30. I was awakened by the trampling through the passage at about 6 o'clock. My son was asleep, and I told him to go to the back as I thought there was a fire. He returned and said that a woman had been killed in the yard. I did not go out of my room. The woman in question
Yes, send the
was
child to
Annie
retrieve the
Chapman,
body.
the second known victim of Jack the Ripper. Like I said, I really fell down the rabbit hole.
I'm
and that totally
thinking
was
about the
worth it
noise
because
flashback
I've always been
Kingpin
fascinated
made in
with Jack the Ripper.
Spider-Man
It's one
animated.
interesting little
When he couldn't get up the ladder and his dad just
Anyway,
left
I
him.
digress. Back to the meals of Dracula. Now, Jonathan Harker mentions several different drinks that he enjoys on his journey. One is a wine called Golden Mediash, which was named after the Transylvanian town of the same name. And another drink
Why
is
he
offered
moan
to him
like-
on the coach ride up to Dracula's castle. The rather creepy coachman tells him, "The night is chill, mine Herr, and my master the Count bade me take all care of you. There is a flask of Slivovitz, the plum brandy of the country, underneath the seat, if you should require it." I did not take any, but it was a comfort to know
Talking
it was
about
there
rape while his
all the
food is
same.
cooking.
And I actually
Yeah,
got
I do
some
that
of this Slivovitz, and they started selling it in 1894, this brand, so it would have been around when the book was written. So I wanted to try it. Here we go. Whew, that's going to put hair on your chest.
Yeah, that's a strong shit.
It does not taste like plum, I can tell you that. That is a strong brandy. But it's actually kind of nice. There is a sweetness to it. I find it, there is a...
The aftertaste is a little bit less, but it
isn't
front
there
loads
with,
you.
like a grape or an apple brandy, but it's really strong. Anyway, the last drink that Harker mentions is a wine that is served to him just before he is actually accosted by 3 vampires in Dracula's castle, and it is served to him by Count Dracula himself. The Count himself came forward and took off the cover of a dish, and I fell to at once on an excellent roast chicken. This with some
It's the
cheese
fact
and
that he
salad
keeps a
and
cook in his
bottle of
house on
old
staff.
Tokai, of which I had 2 glasses.
Just
was my
confuses
supper.
me every time I
It is
think about
strange
it.
That as yet I have
Do you
not
have
seen
regular
Count
people
eat
over
or drink.
often enough
He
to
must be
like
a
just
very
have this be a
peculiar
necessary
man.
thing?
Peculiar indeed. Now exactly what this wine was is hard to say, but it would have come from the Tokai region of Hungary and Slovakia. They make all sorts of wine, but they're most famous for their sweet white wines and their really sweet dessert wines, usually called Royal Tokai or Imperial Tokai. But I figured I would get this sweet white to drink with my paprika hendel, which I can make, or rather eat, after I make the galushka. So for this recipe, which also comes from the 1890 cookbook, what you'll need is 3 eggs, 2½ cups or 300 grams of flour, 1
Chad,
teaspoon
is there a
of salt,
taste difference
3
between white
tablespoons
eggs
or
and brown
45
eggs?
grams of melted butter, plus
Is
a
there
little
any
bit more for
difference?
coating the finished dumplings, and a ½ cup or 120 milliliters of milk. Start by whisking the eggs in a large bowl until they're smooth, and then add in the flour, salt, and melted butter, and mix it until it starts to form a dough.
It's like the different
Then
Fruit
add in
Loops
the
colors.
milk just a little bit at a time.
They're
until
exactly
you
the
have what
goddamn
you might
same. They
think
just
of
look
as
different.
a very stiff pancake batter. Once it's ready, bring a pot of water to a boil, and then you can make the dumplings either with a dedicated galushka maker, or you can use a cheese grater or just pinch off little pieces. With the maker though, you just put the batter in the top and then scrape it across the holes, and it will drip off into little bits. Do just a bit at a time, and after a few seconds they will float to the top, then let them continue to boil for about another 45 seconds, and then use a strainer to take them out of the pot and put them in a bowl, and pour a little bit of the melted butter over them and toss just to keep them from sticking together. Once they're done, you can dish them up along with the chicken and plenty of the sauce. And here we are, the paprika hendel, or chicken paprikash from Bram Stoker's Dracula. This has to be one of the best smelling dishes that I have ever made in this house. The whole house smells so good. Yeah, just by the scent you should make this, but I'm gonna try it.
I try it? Yeah, it looks all right. Yeah, it turns out people have known how to cook food that doesn't taste like shit for a very, very long time.
And I was right.
How long did it take for him to try it?
Let me
Let's
just try
find
the
out.
belushka. Sometimes these are also
Minute
called
19
same thing.
of 22.
They kind of remind me of just like buttered noodles.
There
I've
are
seen
worse
some
things.
modern recipes that have like they add spices and other things to give them a little bit more flavor because there's not a lot to it.
This guy out of here.
Eggs and flour and milk. But they're really good. But it's the chicken. It's the chicken that's the star. You could also even make the chicken just with like rice or other noodles or whatever because the texture is really nice. It is falling apart. It's still holding together. You don't want to let it go until it is actually falling apart. But it's so
It's just
tender.
enough that it'll like
The flavor.
melt in your mouth when you get it right off the bone, and it'll get stripped off really
It
easy.
is
No
paprika
strain at all.
forward. You could add even more paprika. The paprika is just so nice, and it is sweet paprika, so it's not hot at all. This is what they typically use for this dish in Hungary. It's just super flavorful. Between that and the onions, there's just this wonderful, homey, heartwarming, perfect for autumn and winter flavor. And yeah, you gotta make it. Also, I wanted to try it with the Tokai. Like I said, I got one of the sweet whites. These are more common today, but definitely throughout history, they've also had reds and all sorts of drier wines, but this is one of the sweeter whites. It's not dessert wine, though. Though it's on the cusp. It is rather sweet. Honestly, if you told me that it was apple cider...
Getting absolutely blasted off a dessert wine.
It's really good, though. It's just, it's not typically what you would expect when ordering a glass of wine, but I like it. And like I said, next week, as long as everything goes to plan, I will have a video on the person, the historical person who inspired Count Dracula, Vlad the Impaler. Don't forget, if you want a signed copy of the Tasting History Cookbook, links in the description to where you can get those, and they do ship. And yeah, I will see you next time on Tasting History.
Vlad the Impaler's story is really weird because he got kicked out of his country twice. And he had to get his throne back twice. And then they killed him. He was in prison for 10 years too. Huh. Educational. Next! Staying on the topic of Dracula. Creative EXE Leslie Nielsen and Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Ooh, what do we have here? Another scrumptious young plaything straight out of life and into my club? I am Jeanette.
Dracula.
I can tell you and I are going to get along just like fire hoses.
I like the way you think, my dear. That is one of my favorite subjects. We must get together and have a long discussion. Very long.
The Vampire Masquerade music always weird.
Is there something I can help you with?
Yes, you may help me. Look into my eyes. You hear only my voice. From this moment on, you are my slave.
Help! Somebody call the police!
Please, wait your turn and you'll be seen.
I command you.
All right, go on back.
Can a vampire hypnotize a ghoul if the ghoul already works for a different vampire? Wow, 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 wow. This game is the most amount of rain I've ever seen Los Angeles depicted as having. Huh. Depends on which vampire is stronger, I guess. Huh. Next! Biogen X2B Raciel, making chocolate pudding at 4 a.m. Chat, this is the first time Legacy of Kain has been brought up in the entire history of this channel.
I knew what black hour this was, as foretold by Mobius himself. The snake had made it clear to me what this might portend. I beheld Raziel awake, with no explanation for this state. Raziel, what dark pacts have you allowed yourself to become entangled in? I have found myself shackled to this fell task, compelled unreluctantly to create a concoction of chocolate. A dessert fit for mortals. It is 4 past the witching hour, and the cock is soon to crow. What could possibly possess you to craft chocolate pudding at this ungodly state? Kain's question cut through my soul like a silver dagger enchanted with the darkest of magics.
This is very accurate.
In an
so far.
instant, my mind was flooded with torturous visions of all that had led me to this abysmal state of torment, twisting that infernal knife with the unbearable knowledge that now as ever I was powerless to escape my terrible destiny.
Right, chocolate pudding 10.
The stirs of my spoon mimicked the eternal and unchanging revolutions of the wheel of fate, binding me and every other being in existence to a single immutable path. And while most of the wretched souls tied to that abominable wheel were blissfully unaware of their existential imprisonment, I was not so fortunate. No, I had been shackled with the burden of knowledge. It was all I could do to keep what remained of my spirit from falling into total despair as I turned to reply. Because I've lost Suddenly, I stopped, unable to utter the remaining words. Because I had lost control of my life. But how could I lose something that I had never truly possessed? Suddenly, laughter from the other room, mocking me. Mocking all that I had endured, and all that I had yet to endure. Mocking existence itself. The rest of the world fell away. I could no longer perceive anything except that laughter, that horrible, horrible laughter. I could not bear it. Despair overwhelmed me. The spoon fell to the floor, and I with it. I hoped this would be the final torment, that the horror of my existence would finally prove too strong to withstand.
Timely Silver Surfer
would
reference.
Shatter and disappear into final oblivion for all time.
That was a completely accurate way to go about that, I'll be honest. Huh. Well, you know your shit. Huh. That was very well made. Next! Tom Christie. Skeletor reveals the Xbox Game Pass.
We here at Microsoft believe that life is full of surprises, like kittens, birthday parties, and finding your missing underage girlfriend's decomposing corpse in the back of your Tesla. You know, the little things. And speaking of little things, we're here today to show you how little of a fuck we give about you. Because we're about to announce something you've all been waiting for.
Is it Halo?
No, it's not Halo, no. This is even better. It's time to shit in our hands and clap because we're increasing the cost of the Xbox Game Pass by 50%!
Yes! What? My ass, Microsoft.
Yes, we're really Kurt Cobaining the only good thing we've got over our competition. The new Xbox Game Pass will launch with incredible tiers, such as the brand new Xbox Game Pass Willy Dribble and Cum Glaze. But if you're a real gamer, and not a fucking pussy, you'll need the Ultimate version. And when you downgrade to Ultimate, you'll receive a list of perks that's somehow less than nothing, with access to things such as Ubisoft Plus Classic, EA Play, and even Fortnite Crew. Wow, that's less than P. Diddy's sentence. You can absolutely trust me to gaslight you all into thinking that this is somehow good news. You can trust me, I'm cool. I mean, look at this picture of me with puppies, flowers, and shit. Fuck. Well, you get the idea. We've received a wider range of feedback from our shareholders on how we can exploit you with 360 nostalgia. So we've decided to make our Game Pass $360 a year.
Yes! Oh my God! I'm so fucking horny.
We're doing this out of love, and not because we lost $300 million putting Black Ops 6 on the Game Pass. Now you might say, but wait a minute, you made more than the GDP of Andorra with the Game Pass last year. 300 million in comparison isn't even a tiddlywink of cum in a porn star's cum shot. And to those fans we say, have you ever tried shutting the fuck up? The future of Xbox, much like a child with spina bifida playing Twister, doesn't stand a fucking chance. For some reason, we've decided to shoot ourselves in the foot and fuck over our fan base like they're in the back of the Bonnie Blue Bang Bus. And many of you would say that you've just handed the console wars to Sony by doing this. But remember, you can't lose a console war if you never even turned up in the first place. Xbox, this is how we die now. There's nothing that can stop Microsoft from killing the very memory of Xbox gaming. Hey! Fuck's sake, what? You have forgotten about the prophecy.
The prophecy. Yeah, I heard about the prophecy too. Yeah.
Shocked noises.
What? What are you babbling about? The mythical prophecy of legend prophecy.
The prophecy. Oh my god, he's the
I am
prophecy.
scared of women.
Well, that's bullshit. There's nothing in this episode's script about a Oh, wait a minute. No, there it is.
Oh wow, it does say that. And also, we're in this episode for some reason.
Well, that's just lazy writing.
The prophecy states that there is a chosen one who has consumed the most Mountain Dew and Doritos and has ascended to the highest form of being, the world's strongest gamer, and he will fuck you. What? What the hold up, what the fuck? And he will vanquish the evil of these lands. Impossible. I am the world's strongest gamer. There is no one who has consumed more Mountain Dew and Doritos than me. There is one. Who?
Yo, it's him!
Chief, you mind telling me what you're doing up there on stage?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Chief, let's talk this out. It wasn't meant to be.
You know, this is a weird time to ask this, but do you think he's ever gonna make that Verity guide?
Probably not. I don't even think he plays Destiny anymore. Should we help him, or?
Oh, no, he's fine. He's fine.
Good bit. Powerful bit. That was pretty good. Next! Last one in this batch. I'll get another batch after this. Swanee the Mic. Hybrid Heaven. Suplex aliens to save the president. That's a pile driver. It was the good logo back then.
The Nintendo 64 is a bit of an oddball when it comes to Nintendo consoles.
No shit.
Their stubborn refusal to adopt CDs for their new system alienating a large chunk of third-party developers, and downright confounding design
Thinking about what the
decisions like
timeline where the
free-handle
Nintendo
Franken
PlayStation was a real
controller.
thing.
The N64 stands as the embodiment of Nintendo's stubbornness and arrogance after coming to dominate the home console market.
No, it's the children who were wrong.
It's a testament to the insane quality of their first and
A lot of
second
companies'
party
old logos
games
were
that
never
people look
certainly
back
better.
fondly on
Yeah.
this little weirdo, rather than seeing it the same way most do the Sega Saturn.
What is going on up there?
Sega Saturn.
Which would also be better remembered if half of its best games hadn't stayed exclusive to Japan, but that's a topic for another video. A quirk about the N64's library that doesn't get mentioned quite as often outside of
I remember they remade Winback for the
is that it
GameCube
was absolutely
like
stacked with
3 years after it came out.
WCW vs. NWO World Tour, WCW NWO Revenge, WWF WrestleMania 2000, WWF No Mercy, Virtual Pro Wrestling 64, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, New Japan Pro Wrestling Tokon Road Brave Spirits, New Japan Pro Wrestling Tokon Road 2 The Next Generation, and those are just the exclusives. There was also WWF Warzone, WWF Attitude, ECW Hardcore Revolution, WCW
Was the time
Mayhem,
when wrestling ruled the
WCW
world.
Backstage Assault, and for a different kind of wrestling, 64 Ozumo 1 and 2. It's not an exaggeration
Ed and Eddie
to
sound
say that
effects, my
wrestling
beloved.
games moved units for the N64. In fact, WCW NWO Revenge did so well that a screenshot from it was actually used on the box of later releases of the N64. With this in mind, it's easy to see why Konami, one of the few major companies to not completely bail on Nintendo in this generation, would want to get in on this wrestling money. How they decided to go about it is another story entirely. Shit's about to get crazy, because we're going to Hybrid Heaven.
You know, I never did play Hybrid Heaven.
Released in 1999
Just kind of
as an
eluded me.
exclusive for the N64, Hybrid Heaven comes to us from Konami's Osaka studio. Outside of their botched attempt at a 3D fighter in Deadly Arts, Konami Computer Entertainment Osaka Co. Ltd. BBQ FTW generally put out well-received games when it came to the N64, mainly handling Konami's sports titles for the system. but
Yes, that's a
also
stream
2 of the
idea.
3
There's too many
Goemon
stream
games.
ideas.
All in all, not
never
the first
enough
studio
time.
you'd expect a more experimental title from, but one with enough experience by that point to have some faith in. So let's go ahead and start her up.
Later.
I have no fucking clue what's going on here. Keep
None
in
of us
mind,
do.
all I have is the cartridge. I started this up without reading any manual or blurb on the back of the box to give me an idea of the setup, so I'm gonna have to recap this as I understand it. We open on a random shot of the White House at night, briefly making me wonder if I'm about to witness an Independence Day before cutting to this naked guy watching TV. There's something on about a nuclear disarmament treaty.
Why is Vince
between the
McMahon
US
the
and Russia
president?
that's going to be signed. Just gonna avoid that topical landmine. Naked guy gets up and goes to take a shower, forcing me to break out the old black box. Once he's done with his shower, Captain Nudist answers the door to zero reaction from the guy on the other side, so he's either hung like a Keebler elf or he does this all the time. Purple Suit talks about a plan to replace the president with a fake that is the first step in some sort of invasion plan, before telling our main villain? Henchman? Pointless fake-out who exists solely to confuse the audience? Whatever he is, Purple Suit tells him to meet up with Diaz in New York City for everything he'll need for the operation.
N64 polygon
Before we have
S.
any time
Laura
about the
Croft
process
could
of that
never.
info dump, a woman I presume to be his girlfriend calls to remind him that it's almost Christmas, and helpfully lets the audience know that Agent Buck Naked here is named Johnny, though she doesn't have the decency to say her name at this point. So we're 3 minutes in and up to 4 characters with one name between them, possibly 2 if his name is actually the President, and barely any clue about what the hell is going on. Cut to a New York subway station the next day. Johnny's girlfriend is waiting for her train when she spots Johnny coming down the stairs. Oh, thank fuck, he's got clothes on this time. However, Johnny walks right past her towards 3 totally not suspicious looking guys. One of them, Diaz I'm guessing, hears a voice telling him to shoot and barely hesitates before pulling out his gun and shooting Johnny right in front of his girlfriend.
Oh, no. Johnny's gone.
Good bit.
So, who wants cookies?
No worries, it's possible to survive a gunshot and... Oh, nope. Sorry, sweetheart. There's no coming back after you turn into light and evaporate.
How much rib fuel have you ingested? I'm on it like a motherfucker, Brad. Moto, dude!
Well, we're not getting any answers yet as Diaz is swiftly restrained by his buddies before... Hang on, I just realized something. This is an in-engine cutscene with voiceover and lip sync.
On the N64, yes.
It is you, isn't it? Why didn't he recognize me? Is it just someone who looks like him?
Was the N64 always capable of this? I mean, I knew it could play voiceover, but to have anything approaching lip-sync dialogue? Either I've been playing all the wrong N64 games, or KCE Osaka had mastered the hardware by this point. Back at our confounding opening cutscene, Diaz gets dragged off by his buddies who seem just as confused as you, me, and Johnny's poor girlfriend. Except for the part where Johnny got beamed up to the Enterprise after being shot, since one of them explicitly mentions that the witness doesn't matter because the evidence is gone. Which means that wasn't one of those body
Can
disappearing
you beam
video
someone
game
up in
effects
Star
done for
Trek while they're
technical
critically
reasons.
injured?
That happened in universe. Unfortunately for Diaz's buddies, they make the classic action movie henchman mistake of getting into an elevator with the protagonist. Diaz breaks free and takes out the first guy no problem before the second guy warps in to re-restrain him. See? Not there. Not there. Then suddenly he's behind Diaz. They wrestle for a bit before Diaz gets distracted by his ears popping from the rapid shift in elevation and falls to his doom. Or he would have if not for the fact that he's saved at the last second by... You know, I honestly have no idea what made him gently float down at the end there.
You see magic. Got it.
Well, anyways, this is where the gameplay kicks in. Yeah, I still have no clue what the hell is going on after recapping it. In fact, I think I may have less of a clue than before. I guess all I can do is hope that the rest of the game makes more sense.
4 to 6 days later.
On the one hand, I was able to get a grasp on the plot after a while. On the other hand, it was an impressively stupid plot. But on the third hand, I got to German suplex a bunch of Guyver rejects, which is awesomely stupid.
Suplex City, bitch!
I'm not sure if providing context will actually help in this case, but I'll certainly try. Let's start with the gameplay. With the way Hybrid Heaven starts you off running through hallways and blasting robots with possibly the least satisfying blaster known to man...
That is saying something.
You'd be forgiven for thinking that this was another run-of-the-mill third-person action game. The controls and camera are an absolute nightmare in these parts, by the way. The camera sucks in that classic 90s 3D way of almost never being positioned where you need it in time, while every movement you make feels delayed by about half a second. And this isn't an emulator issue, I was playing this on my actual N64. But right when you think you've got this game pegged, you stumble into your first battle and realize that this is, in fact, an RPG. An RPG with a battle system that's one part active time battle and one part WWF No Mercy. If you're wondering how the hell that could possibly work in any entertaining way, I beat the game and I'm still trying to figure out how they managed to do it.
By all accounts, it doesn't
make
sense.
Once a battle starts, you'll control your character in real time while this power gauge charges up. You only need it to go past the red zone on the left in order to act, but the
Really
more you
fuck his
charge it
day up,
the
you know
more
what I mean?
damage you deal. Whenever you've decided to attack, you'll press the A button to bring up the menu and select whatever punch or kick you want to use. Be sure to actually be in range first before selecting an attack with little reach like a hook. If you get all up in that alien's business and press the right shoulder button, you'll lock up in a collar and elbow tie-up. Now if you open the menu, you'll see that the punches and kicks have been replaced with grappling techniques. There's not much to choose from for now, but that'll change the more you get your ass kicked. Similar to Beyond Oasis only offering upgrade hearts when you've taken a lot of damage, new attacks in Hybrid Heaven are learned by taking those attacks from enemies. I'm not exactly clear on the specifics of how to consistently learn.
You're telling me the aliens invaded it and they're fighting you
I ever saw it. Other times it took several
traditional
tries and multiple game
wrestling
overs before I
maneuvers.
learned it. But it was totally worth it to be able to kill monsters with the power of professional wrestling.
Burina Basta!
And since we're on the subject of things about Hybrid Heaven I only somewhat understand, leveling up. In a case of trying to reinvent the wheel, you don't level up based on the amount of XP earned, but instead level up the attack and defense of specific body parts. Say you want to make your punches stronger. You'll have to repeatedly use punches to upgrade your left or right arm's attack. Exactly how many times you have to do
Flip-Flop was the
so
true
is never all
creator
that
of the
clear,
pile
though.
driver.
So I'm not entirely sure if there's a hidden
That's some
counter keeping
sacrilege
track
right
of it,
there.
or if it's entirely random like with learning new moves.
I don't know!
Leveling defense works on similar rules, but instead of using attacks that use the same body part, you have to repeatedly take attacks in the same area. For me, this led to having a ridiculously high body defense, while my head, arms, and leg defense levels remain pretty low. Defense in general is kind of a mess. When you're attacked with a strike, you can choose to dodge, block, or counter, and when attacked with a grapple, you can choose to escape, take a fall, or counter. I believe your mobility stat plays into the success rate of a dodge or escape, but you're never shown the probabilities.
Success rates are nothing but scientific theory. A brave heart will defy any odds. No, 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 no!
I eventually just defaulted to using block and take fall because they seem to be the most consistently successful. Less damage is better than all the damage, at least. Additionally, you will achieve a more standard level up from time to time, but again, the criteria is not clear at all. Nor is it clear whether or not the stat boost you get upon leveling up, because this wasn't overcomplicated enough with the individual limb levels, are randomized like in a classic RPG, or if they're dependent upon how you've been fighting up to that point. I ground so many of these spawner pads trying to understand it to no avail. Built up a hell of an arsenal though.
Yeah, that'll
However
happen.
It works, you'll eventually level up enough to be able to store up more than one bar in your power meter, giving you access to combos and making attacking grounded enemies more viable. Alongside 2 unchangeable combo strings, which include more strikes the more power you're able to save up, you can create your own custom combos with whatever strikes you prefer. The caveat is that while
Is this just God Hand except it's a turn-based RPG? Or real-time RPG?
Custom ones will require all the power you used when you first created
Is that what I'm getting out of this?
It's a little annoying that it won't simply cut it short like with the presets, but it's still a cool feature that they didn't have to put in, yet did so anyways. Grounded attacks, meanwhile, with how quickly most enemies will get back up unless you manage to stun them by targeting their head over and over again, there's no time early on for your power bar to recharge in time for you to be able to use any of these. Yet once you can, well, you realize just how much you needed to see an alien monstrosity get put in a Boston Crab.
The walls of Jericho!
I mean, you can stomp them if you're feeling boring, but how often can you say that you killed an enemy with a figure 4 leg lock?
Suplex him, put him in the camel clutch, break
Fuck his ass, make him humble!
Make him humble.
That reminds me, I haven't talked about the limb damage system. Similar to many pro wrestling games, you can wear down specific body parts on an opponent, in this case also causing said part to flash red. Doing this to an arm or leg prevents them from using attacks that employ that limb, damaging the torso can cause enemies to drop extra items, and as I said earlier, enough head damage will result in them being stunned on the ground for a period of time. These states can all affect you as well, though I'm not sure how exactly torso damage works for you since I never lost any items because of it. Weirdly, both you and the enemy can recover from this state no worse for wear if either of you stop taking damage to the injured body part for long enough. This is in stark contrast to every wrestling game I've played with a similar damage system. There, getting a limb in the red is a sure sign that a submission targeting that limb is almost guaranteed to end the fight. And if all of this isn't enough to overwhelm a new player, you'll have to keep an eye on a stamina meter as well. Chaining grapples and submissions can deal a ton of damage, but they'll do an equivalent number on your stamina. And if you use too much of it without letting it recharge, your max stamina will decrease for the duration of the fight, with the only way to get it back to normal afterwards being by using a recovery item. You'll find these
telling me you need to pop a perk in the middle of the fight?
Defeated enemies and inside of chests. Chests which can be
just like
very
real
particular
wrestling
about how they want to be approached before they'll open up. Inexplicably taking a cue from mid-90s John Carmack's belief that players are too stupid to handle the concept of an interact button, you interact with objects and doors in Hybrid Heaven by walking into them. It was stupid to have it in Quake, and it's stupid to have it here. Especially when I still have to press a button to talk to NPCs. I mean, seriously, what's next? Are you gonna make me waste ammo just to find secret? No, I'm not going down that road again. Not after all that court-mandated therapy. Items. Right, items. I was talking about items. On top of the recovery items you'd expect, you'll find items to buff yourself or debuff enemies, as well as sci-fi blasters with elemental ammo. Though these weapons are extremely powerful, they should only be used in emergencies because you'll lose out on precious chances to upgrade your skills. Those buff and debuff items though? Oh boy, are they useful against bosses.
They should make a Fallout game where you can, like, do a fucking armbar to a Deathclaw.
To wrap up this lengthy diatribe on Hybrid Heaven's battle system, all of
just
this
lock the
poorly
Deathclaw
explained
in the Fujiwara.
somehow wraps around into an addicting experience. For as much of a head trip as it can be coming to grips with everything here, and despite the fact that I'm still not sure I actually understand how any of it works under the hood, I can't say I've found many games that make me this excited every time I manage to learn a new move, or for that matter, let me powerbomb alien invaders. Really, I'm surprised nobody's ripped this off for a Guyver RPG or something similar. I'm already fighting freaky-looking monsters, it wouldn't be a stretch to give me bio-boosted armor and special attacks. This battle system might be weird and confusing, but I think if the right studio gave it a shot and provided clearer info to the player on how everything functions, this combat could be the basis for an award winner. Shame that I can't say something similar about the presentation or the story. There's no
as was the style at the time.
Outside of its fairly impressive character models, Hybrid Heaven is an ugly game with exceedingly generic environments, not to mention excessively dark at times. Now that last part could be partially down to my cheapo converter box, but my frugal stupidity can only excuse that part. Since you're in an underground facility the whole game, you'll be seeing the same hallways and rooms with the occasional texture swap or change in lighting color to tell you that you're in a different area. Compare this to, say, Metal Gear Solid. Sure, it all takes place in one military facility.
Are you using footage from Twin Snakes?
At play here so as not to disorient the player. Probably one of the only times you can use the word rational when talking about a Hideo Kojima game, now that I think about it.
Blasphemy!
Then you've got Hybrid Heaven hitting Control-C, Control-V over and over again. It gets mind-numbing pretty quickly. Frankly, if you took a screenshot of any random part of the game and showed it to me, I'm not confident that I could tell you which level it came from. My only hint would be...
The smaller, remember. You can't forget.
If you care at all about having this nonsensical plot spoiled for you, then skip ahead to hear for my conclusion.
Honestly, the plot will just make me want to play it more.
Strap in.
Did he say strap in or strap on?
You know all the footage I've shown up to this point where I appear to be playing as Johnny instead of Diaz? That's not some weird transformation ability or New Game Plus feature. Not that far into the game, it's revealed that you were never playing as Diaz at all and have actually been an amnesiac Johnny this entire time disguised as Diaz using complex alien technology.
Alright.
Right, yeah, of course.
Okay.
This is all revealed by these friendly little aliens known as the Gargantuans.
Oh my god!
It's meant to be ironic how close of a name that is to Gargantuan, but it wouldn't surprise me at all if that was a total coincidence with this translation. I don't even speak Japanese, and even I can tell that this was a first pass. The dead giveaway for me is that the game calls a suplex a brainbuster. For non-wrestling fans, this is a brainbuster.
You drop him on the head,
It
yeah.
is everywhere besides Japan. In Japan, all versions of the classic suplex are referred to as brainbusters, with what we call a brainbuster being seen as a variation and not a separate maneuver. Keep in mind, however, that when this game was
8 out of 10.
translated, pro wrestling was pulling TV ratings and pay-per-view buys in the US at a level not seen before or since. If nobody on the translation side was aware of what something as fundamental as a suplex was called, that means that Konami of America either found one of the only Americans not exposed to a single episode of Raw or Nitro by 1999, or more likely, this was a rush job translation.
More than likely.
The fact that nobody is directly credited in regard to localization only helps my case. Back in the same cutscene as before, the convoluted reveals continue to flow like wine. This massive facility is actually the Gargantuan spaceship which crash-landed on Earth ages ago. While the majority of the crew went into cryosleep to await rescue, one of their number decided to indulge his hunger for world conquest and has steadily been abducting and experimenting on humans in order to create enhanced clones known as hybrids. These hybrids are fanatically devoted to him and love to go on and on and on about their superiority to mankind. The Gargantuans saved Johnny from being killed after the creation of his hybrid, somehow managed to abduct the extremely strong Diaz, and have Johnny take his place as a sleeper agent to take out his own copy.
Everybody got that?
Now he's Earth's last hope against the impending hybrid attack. Oh, and they've abducted the President of the United States and replaced him with a hybrid to assist their coming invasion.
This would explain a lot about
Are you a Johnny enough
Clint.
wrestler to save the President? Follow-up question. Am I the only one surprised that this isn't the plot of a Roland Emmerich movie? All of these twists and turns revealed in the same cutscene.
This sounds like the plot of a Duke Nukem spinoff, I'll be honest.
Has all the hallmarks of a writer desperately attempting to copy Hideo Kojima. However, few human beings possess that man's ability to make utter nonsense stapled to heavy-handed, no-shit Sherlock social commentary absolutely enthralling. Hybrid Heaven wants to have a point about nuclear proliferation, the ever-elusive yet nevertheless essential pursuit of world peace, and the irrationality of racial supremacy, but it does so with all the grace and skill of a middle schooler's first creative writing project. For all that storytelling ambition, the plot can be summed up as Johnny soloing the entire facility
Kojima slander
while each
base.
level's
So
hybrid
true!
leader gloats about how superior hybrids are compared to normal humans. Okay, sure. Give me a sec.
Some f***ing master race.
No matter how many of them or the other alien monsters you pick apart with pure grappling technique like your Dean Malenko in his prime, the hybrids never once lose their insufferable arrogance. It gets to the point that their fucking
Rare Dean
base is
Malenko
exploding
mention.
around them, their plans to rule the surface are in ruins, their leader has abandoned them, and they still keep insisting on the idea that they're the master race. Of course, stopping the hybrids isn't the end of it. You still have to deal with the rogue Gargantuan and the evil parasite controlling him that seeks to devour the entire Earth.
But if he, she, they... Hold it! Somebody needs to explain to me what just happened here.
So not only was the villain controlling everything behind the scenes not even the actual villain, but the evil plan I spent the whole game foiling was a smokescreen for the real evil plan. Fuck it, I don't even care at this point. One dumb final boss later and, oh right, I forgot about the real Diaz's hate boner for Johnny. One actual final boss fight later and the day is saved thanks to the Powerpuff Girls. Then we get the moment that redeems all the bullshit in this story when the real president runs on stage in the middle of his replica's speech and punches him the fuck out before giving a triumphant thumbs up to the camera as security rushes to restrain him. Finally, Johnny somehow makes it from New York to Washington, D.C. by taxi in time to meet up with his girlfriend for Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Aw, wait. The last time she saw Johnny, he was shot and disintegrated. Hybrid Heaven does not leave a good first impression. Ugly visuals, awkward controls in exploration sections, music so forgettable that it didn't even occur to me to mention it while talking about the presentation, and a story that's best described as, we have Kojima at home. There's a lot here that does not land like the developers intended. However, there is one blindingly bright ray of sunshine here that makes this game worth checking out. That
or
being
you
its
play
battle
this,
system.
perhaps.
This out-of-left-field combination of RPG combat with
The last
pro
time I tried to
wrestling
emulate an
game has zero
M64
right to be
game,
as
the
entertaining
fucking
or
screen kept
addictive as it
vibrating.
is. The inane absurdity of Hybrid Heaven's plot took no time at all to wear thin. But the awesome absurdity of being able to pile-drive a creature straight out of a tokusatsu show never failed to entertain. If any current or aspiring game developers happen to come across this video, please consider taking cues from or just flat out rip off this game's battle system wholesale for your next RPG. I'd seriously love to see someone take a stab at refining the ideas present here. Though I can't guarantee that you'll always have fun with Hybrid Heaven, it's such a unique experience that I think it's worth putting up with the weaker aspects. The cartridge goes for pretty cheap by N64 standards too, usually going for somewhere around 10 to 20 bucks on eBay. So if you've got an N64 lying around and want to try out one of the only decent RPGs on the system, I think Hybrid Heaven would be worth a go. That's all for this one. Next time I'll be getting back around to the Suikoden series at long last, as I take a look at
oddly
the
enough, I also
divisive
never played Suikoden.
3.
Donald!
I'll see you then.
Kenny Omega versus the Space Mutants. Yeah, that was a well-made and informative review of a video game, wasn't it? That was nice. That was pleasant. Alright, let me get a few more. Let me get a few more. Just a few more. Just a little bit few more. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a real powerful one is what that is. I think the YouTube, like, enhancer thing is killing the ads again. Because I'm not getting them, and it's taking, like, a full 10 seconds to load the video. Which is usually a sign that it's working. Let's do a little bit of this. Hang on. Hang on a second now. Just give me a second now. Just a second now. Oh, give dear old dad a minute now. Give Pappy a second. Give your dad a minute now, Chathany. Pappy doesn't have his reading glasses. Give him a minute now. Just hold your horses now, little boy. Hang on. Let me reach through my bag now. I'm looking for things now. You know how it be. You know how it is. Give me a minute. Just give Dad a minute. Just give Dad a second now. I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Just give me a minute now. Just give me a second now. Huh. Yeah, this'll work. Okay. Holly Kane's Alaska bull moose fight destroys my fence. Finally, some real entertainment. Oh, right, hang on. Unmute site. The animal!
No! Oh my gosh!
They're doing it!
Oh my gosh! Oh.
They're gonna fuck it up!
Gosh.
This is why you keep a high-powered rifle on your property at all times. You want to start some shit on my land? You break my fence, animal? You're going on the grill!
Get out of here! Go! Go, go, go! Get out of here! Freaking moose. Mom, it's coming back. Get out of here! Gosh. Dang it.
They're gonna break the other fence now.
They're freaking gonna destroy that thing. Oh my gosh.
At least they're out there.
I wonder if this can be an insurance claim.
I'll be like, hey, you got a video.
Oh my gosh.
You can get insurance from an animal destroying your property, right?
Oh, please don't destroy anymore. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Fetch the chainsaw!
Oh my hell.
The noise will be enough to deter them. They'll claim it was an act of God.
Okay, please.
Archie, stop! Dad, two moose are fighting and destroyed our fence.
Two bull moose are fighting on my porch and they have destroyed my fence.
Look! Go into FaceTime. And
Go,
destroy the
please.
fence.
Go. Get out of here. Please, go.
This
Get
is
away.
really terrifying.
Go. Oh my gosh. Please don't break my window. No,
No,
you
no,
can't.
no.
They're on my porch.
And destroy
Please
Mom's fence.
go,
knocked over the
Moose.
fireplace.
Please, Moose, go. Please go. Please get out of here. Go.
Fight forever!
No, you can't. I've got it all on video. Oh, please. They've destroyed part of my fence.
Like,
This one has,
shatter it.
oh, this one has a bloody eye.
Fetch the bear mace!
Go. Please go. Go, go, go.
Do you see
Please,
it?
go. Please go. Oh my gosh.
Get a super soaker loaded up with boiling water.
Freaking.
Mom swore a lot, and it's understandable. I locked Archie in the bathroom.
I don't know.
No. Because they're basically on the porch.
Oh my gosh, did they hit my car?
Oh my.
They're destroying my fence. Oh, freaking moose, come on, guys.
What's your insurance like?
I have no idea. Hopefully it will cover this.
They fucking better.
Destroying my fence.
Are you videoing it?
Yes, there's blood all over my porch. Katie, get back. Because they could easily... Oh my gosh, Moose, please go. Please go, guys.
Moose bladed too deep.
Mom swore.
Ric Flair's entire career.
I said the F word on my video. Oh my gosh, this is...
There's a post-match annotation at the end.
Oh,
They're gonna kill each other.
Think of all the meat, though.
Destroyed my...
I know you like that fence, Mom.
They are freaking destroying my yard, Jordan. Oh my gosh. Oh, there goes my other fence. Oh my gosh.
This is the one that bladed too deep that pushed the other one back. Oh, there he goes! Oh, he's fucking him up!
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What? Yes. This'll...
Get better video, because you're going to get a million hits.
Speared.
No. No. Go in the bedroom, see if you can video better. There. Oh, they just destroyed... Oh my gosh. They just ruined Natalie's porch.
You need a shotgun loaded up with slugs to solve this. Not buckshot. Buckshot's not enough.
Frickin' A. Please go, Moose. Oh,
This is a hell of a last man standing match, you know that?
Moose, go, please get out of here.
Someone looking out the window on the street.
Check the car.
Yard damage after the moose battle?
Oh, they're in my... Katie, go turn this light on over here. It's right behind the coat rack. There's stuff all...
I need to see. I need to see. It's important.
What's that song about?
Oh no, the ads are not dead.
Sneaky like.
Real G's move in silence like lasagna.
Some of them just don't
You wrote it.
happen.
What? For real?
I think the YouTube enhancer is trying to fight the new thing, but it's just not a 100% thing. I have to see. Oh, yeah! Quick, someone go use the Solus AI machine to book these moose into something. Need a where are they now segment. That was life-changing. Huh. Exceedingly powerful. Next, best of gameplays. Oni plays. Zach's chimpanzee scream. Finally.
Fucking what time is it?
It's 2.
Oh, it's Jacko Carl.
There's a bug gonna get you.
Oh, fuck off. Starts you off in an area with a fucking
I think I played this
creepy
Tom and Jerry game back in the day.
Creepy crawly. I haven't heard that in a long time.
That's what they're called.
Michael, I want to see you chow down on cheese bits. I'm not gonna lie.
There's actually bugs that I still call creepy crawlies because I don't know what they're called, and I've always called them creepy
There's
crawlies.
ones. What are those ones that are like? Oh, what are they?
It's those little tumbly things that. Fuck.
Little tumbly gizmos?
Yeah, little tumbly.
I'm thinking, are they like silver bugs
yes,
or silver
those
fish?
things.
Yeah, those. What the hell are you guys talking about?
No, those aren't silverfish.
It was hard as fuck. I don't think I ever made it past like level 3, yeah.
Snakies. They look like little snake bugs.
They're not snakes. They're like little hearts. They're in A Bug's Life. They're the two brothers. They're like,
I think I know what you're talking about. There's a joke in the movie Ants that made me fucking. It was literally the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life when I was a kid. It's the joke with him by the campfire, and he eats crap. How does that part go again?
I don't know.
Oh, you know what the joke is? I know exactly what it is. They're by the campfire in the movie Ants, and one guy's eating like something, and he goes, "This tastes like crap." And the other guy goes, "Dude,
it is crap."
And I was like, that made me fucking literally fucking howl laughing.
Did you turn into a chimpanzee?
I did. It was the first time I've ever in my life. Scratching people's faces off.
That actually, oh my God! That sounded like a legitimate chimpanzee.
That's my boy, little Zachary. May God always protect him in the light. Ultra Gamer 02 Sonic.exe. Creepypasta short film repost. So this is how it ends. And then when I looked behind me, there was a bloody Sonic plushie. He was on my bed, using my cum rag. Huh. The guy that made this made horror games? Huh. This better end with him getting mogged by Mechasonic. God, I hope so! I hope this ends with him picking up the, like, evil bloody Sonic plushie and him, like, cutting it open and putting a fleshlight in it. And the Sonic plushie looks really worried. This was made in 2013. God, your room is so well lit. Chat, should I get, like, not Christmas lights, but they're the same exact kind of thing? Can I just get those and string them up, like, along my ceiling?
Tom, I can't take it anymore. I had to get rid of this thing somehow before it was too late, and I was hoping you'd do it for me. I can't do it, he's after me, and if you don't destroy the CD, he'll come after you too. He's too fast for me. Destroy the disc.
Have us watch an unironic Sonic EXE video? Ah.
Don't even play the game. It's what he wants. Just destroy it. Kyle. Wow. Haven't seen him in over 2 weeks and he's trying to prank me. Idiot.
You can really defeat this interdimensional demon just by snapping a disc in half.
Well, joke's on him. I got a free game. Sonic.exe. Well, hopefully this is the
Lord X's live reaction when I just dump a bunch of bleach on the disc. Do they even make PCs with a fucking CD thing in them anymore?
Damn, this is a hacked game.
Round 2 somehow being worse than round 1. I fucking forgot they used Kefka's laugh in the first version! Fuck!
Kyle, where did you find this?
Gonna stream Sunky EXE with no hint of irony in the year of our Lord 2026.
Hello, do you want to play with me? Hide and seek.
Most boring game of all time. What was the demon's contingency plan if I just, like, fucked with the game's coding and gave myself 1,000,000 speed? And then he rips him in half.
You're too slow. Want to try again?
Thought you were gonna ask if you fucked the plushie.
Knuckles.
Nipples the enchilada. Did anyone make a version of this where, like, actual Sonic just kicks the demon in the balls? Does the demon have balls? Is it like a Wolfman thing with the nards?
around you.
Lord X officially being weaker than normal Sonic. It's hilarious, right? I saw the modders, they were putting the spooky spaghetti into, like, Smash Ultimate. Not just as, like, a character thing, but this whole spirit battle thing. Very well-made modification for the video game. Really makes you question the power scaling of creepypasta garbage.
So many souls to play with, so little time. Wouldn't you agree? This is so messed up.
Like, wow. Your Sonic must be a weak little bitch, huh? Why does Knuckles have a kid voice like Tails? Ah! Chat, you remember when they were making Knuckles Australian? You remember? There was a very brief period of time where anytime Knuckles said anything aloud, he would be Australian. Sissy hypnoed by Sonic EXE. Chad, if the creepypasta monster comes out of the monitor, I'm gonna do like that guy in that one Ring Dojin where he just fucking swinging DD keys Sadako as soon as she starts coming out of the TV. Lord X when I lost him in the fucking Texas Cloverleaf. And what happened after? I believe they got married in that dojo. Oh no, it was he got haunted by 2 other ghost girls. Also, and he made them into like his harem. One of them, I think, was the lolly ghost that was like I forget the name of the story. There was a separate thing about that from years ago also. But she was in that, and I think the American remake, Samara, was in there, except she was like a blonde bimbo. Very quality series to read through. Very well made. What if I just unplug the PC and just throw it down the garbage disposal? Host a server after this? You're asking me to find something from like a decade and a half ago. I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it again. The plushie! Okay, what if you just start, like, biting the creepypasta monster and you start eating it? Chat, what would Jeff the Killer do if you started eating his fucking hand? He was killed by a JPEG. Lord X is a bitch. Lord X when he accidentally shows up in Chris Chan's room. It's as the prophecy spoke. Tom Shulk. Who's the real Optimus Prime?
Everyone, there's an intruder in the base.
At ease, soldier. It's just me. Optimus? It can't be you. Of course it's me. I was attacked by Decepticons, and I came back to... Okay, I see what's going on here. This Optimus Prime has been here the whole time. Has the same build down to the bolt. It even sounds like you too.
I am Optimus Prime.
Hey, that's really good. Pretty uncanny, I'll admit. But
Just
one
like
thing
that
is for
bit where,
certain,
like, Gen
there's
1 Optimus was a very
definitely
different
an
character to what they made him out to be afterwards.
But I'm not worried about my team figuring out who the real Optimus Prime is.
I am Optimus Prime.
Sure you are. But the only way we'll know for sure
We
is...
should have a race.
Wait, what?
Or, like, shoot targets or something.
We just established that we're physically the same, and that's not really going to help us.
Oh.
Sorry to shoot you down like that. It's just...
Maybe we should ask him things only the real Prime would know about.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I thought the same thing.
I doubt that.
I am Optimus Prime.
Okay.
All right, let's start with this question. What are your prime beliefs? Get it? 'Cause it's
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Yeah, we're gonna need...
I am Optimus Prime.
We're gonna need more specific questions.
Come on, guys, really? You couldn't tell from that alone? He doesn't even speak like me.
It's really similar.
It's really not.
Hang on, here's something Optimus Prime would know. When is Bumblebee's birthday?
Now that's an easy one. I've known Bumblebee for eons. It was... hang on. I have it on the tip of my faceplate. It was...
Millions of years ago.
Hey, that's pretty close.
Oh, come on.
I am Optimus Prime.
All right, then, Hotshot.
What, Optimus?
No, not you, Hotshot. You. Can you tell us what gift you got for Bumblebee's birthday? I bet you can't.
Can you? Did you forget his birthday?
But no, I would never forget something so important.
I mean, you can't remember the day, you can't remember the
I
gift.
can remember the day.
All right, then what's the specific date? Roman calendar for the folks at home.
July?
It was not July.
How would you even...
I am Optimus
No,
Prime.
you're not. See, that wasn't a real answer either. He was pretty close.
Way closer than what you had.
Oh, yeah, sure, that's close. Prime is forbid I forget some birthday while leading a revolution.
Wow, some birthday. It's not like you could have saved it in your memory bank or whatever.
But I do that. My memory must have been damaged from that ambush. Can't you all see you're being manipulated? Here, let me try, son. Optimus. Oh, you can listen too. Really? Only the real Prime would know this. Some time ago, I came to you in a very vulnerable moment when my operating system was in a dark place. I was having doubts about my purpose in the Autobots. Like I wasn't good enough to be here. And you pulled me aside, told me something that relit my spark, and pulled me out of that darkness. Do you remember what you said? I do, old friend. I remember saying...
Believe in yourself.
What are you...
I am Optimus Prime.
Yep, that was it. I wasn't...
So Optimus.
That is not Optimus! This is getting ridiculous! That thing over there is the most obvious fake I've ever seen!
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are! You're as synthetic as the grass on Cybertron!
I am Optimus Prime.
Shut up! No, you're not!
I am Optimus
I am Optimus Prime!
I am Optimus
I am Optimus Prime!
I am
I'm Optimus!
All right. I think I got the question that will expose all of this. Optimus, explain to me what a butt plug is.
The fuck's a butt plug? Why? How did you know? How did you know it was me?
Because I
am the real Optimus Prime. Way to go, boss!
Go, you showed
How
him.
could you have known this was a decoy? I could have sworn I had you at the end there.
Nah, not really.
Not even a little? Yeah, no, it was pretty obvious. You didn't even know Bumblebee's birthday, June 22nd.
23rd.
Oh, sorry, 23rd. And of course, the real Optimus.
Yeah, I do
learned
that
what
too.
plug is from this expert here.
Not an expert.
Yep, Cliffjumper's got his hands all up in that stuff.
I learned it on Reddit by accident.
Curse you, Autobots!
You don't even have an
What's
ass!
the point of this charade? Well, since you asked, while you were busy playing dress-up as your favorite Autobot... Suck my gun barrel! We were working on a mission that required you to be a little distracted. Distracted? What did you do, Prime? Let's just say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. Why, hello there, Starscream, you idiot.
Well, if it isn't Lord Megatron, come to graciously oversee my wasted potential.
I just came by to see you do what you do best, which is being stupid and ugly and terrible at everything.
Mock me all you want, Megatron.
Mm.
You should know that all the greatest usurpers of history always started at the bottom.
You're a bottom, Starscream.
I am not.
Or so?
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not a bottom. I'm not.
You're a bottom bitch that can't do anything right.
And anything you could do, I could do better.
Anything you can do, I can do too.
No, you can't.
Yes, I can.
No, you can.
Yes,
Oh, we're doing this.
This bomb.
I can hold this bomb just fine.
But you can't activate
You
it.
take me for a fool? Here, I just need it.
Oh, so smart. But there's no way a dimwit like you can blow it up right here.
I can blow this bomb up better than you ever.
Starscream, stop!
Good Megatron.
He's not the real Megatron. I am.
When's my birthday?
Why would I care about something stupid like that?
Stupid
Deactivate
is
this bomb this instant!
Why should I? Huh? Why should I?
The metal I order you! Do not let that bomb blow
Well,
up!
maybe I'll just let it blow up anyway.
Good bit. Okay. It's all fun and games. Thank you for coming by the stream. I appreciate it. If you want to know when streams are going to be or what we're going to be doing, I don't give a yay. Scroll down just a little bit, hit the link, call me on Twitter. Twitch is down there, I stream there too. Give that a follow if you like. Patreon is down there. A little bit of support goes a long way to help. You can get your name in the credits along with these people, right? Yeah. And thank you. Should be back on Monday for, I don't know, whatever. I'll probably poll it again. But thank you. I'll see everyone in the next one. Take care now, kids. Goodbye.